welcome to Anti-Ruggers United. Today I have an AMA with DogeGod. So let's get started by having the team introduce yourselves. Tell us your background in crypto, in the real world. Like, what is your profession? Like, how do you guys know each other? How you got together as a team? And then we'll go from there.
Wow. Okay. I'll start first then. I've been in crypto since. How far back do you want me to go? Do you want me to go back from the womb, or do you want me to, go back from?
No, it doesn't have to be that
I can go back
detailed.
as far as you want me to, right? So, but let's start from my. I've been in crypto since 2012, 13. So quite a long time. I have known the team. Okay, I mean we've been working quite closely together for a year now. We've been working on DogeGod for about sort of 6 months. In fact, no longer than that, actually, considering we're almost a couple of months old. I've literally, my experience in crypto, I've done everything. I've done mining, I've done trading, I've done whatever I can, because basically for me, right from Bitcoin blew my brains, right? And, had I have bought when it first came out, then I wouldn't be doing the AMA here now, right? But it has been a journey, an awesome journey. Just to summarize, my life changed actually when I went all in on Dogecoin, and I did that in July 2020. I wish everyone on this call, right, loads of success. And just to give them some advice, right, is you only need, you might get 20 failures, right? God, I've had more than 20 failures, but you just need to get one right. And my one right was Dogecoin, and I haven't looked back. So I guess that's a brief intro from me. Jay, if you want to add something.
I'm supposed to work at not saying today, actually, after the last AME we had. Came right out with it. I started trading on stocks, and I was introduced to crypto through the platform that I was using, and saw that it was trading 24/7 and the volatility. And of course, there I just did it again. I liked the volatility and the opportunity and freedom to trade throughout the weekend and all through the night, and found myself buying into a token, landing on blockchain, getting into Web3, and then talking and meeting new people within the communications involved on social platforms for crypto, and meeting and building and helping promote projects, and now building and creating our own. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Okay, I want this AMA to be as interactive as possible. Yeah, so I'll probably pause at the end of each slide. Just give people a chance, to add any comments, or if they've got any questions or anything. Really want to make this as interactive as possible. For us, it's a learning experience as well. We haven't done that many AMAs yet, but we're still practicing. So any feedback, any comments is very much appreciated, because for us, we're at the very, very beginning of our journey, and we start, I would say, probably in one of the best places in crypto, right, in the BSE space. Me personally, I think this is where all the innovation is happening at the moment, because ERC20 is kind of floundered because of its costs. If I look at all the projects in the BSE space, I think we're right at the cutting edge of crypto here. So it's fantastic, right, to be involved in here, because this is the place where you get your information from, where you build up a picture that you can take. Okay, when you're offering something, more, something more kind of mass market, which is the direction that we're going in. So to get started, right, we have a vision. Every project needs a vision. Okay, especially if a project, okay, when a project says it's going to be around for a while, well, okay, you're going to be around for a while. What's your direction, right? What's your vision? Well, for us, okay, we want to become the most profitable source of Dogecoin on the planet. Okay, we want to be a better option than mining, staking, holding, trading, and other rewards tokens. And that's something that we can achieve, right? That's something that we firmly believe we can achieve, okay? And that's really what's been driving us now for the past few months, well, since it was conceived. We want to become 0.5% of all Dogecoin transactions, right? Millions and millions of Dogecoin are traded and mined every single day. So 0.5% may not seem like much, but it's Dogecoin. And Dogecoin, as you know, guys, is a top 10 crypto, right? That's a huge amount of volume. That, we believe that we're, primed to benefit from, or to benefit to, whichever way to put it. We want to also become the easiest way to invest for Dogecoin, right? Just literally a one-click process, right? Okay, buy Dogecoin, on your phone, whatever, sit back and just watch the Dogecoin roll in. Yeah. And if we do this, okay, we want to become literally, a self-sustaining, fully automated ecosystem. Yeah. Sustainable, we don't want, we want DogeGod, to increase in value as an asset over time. We want it to be investable, and of course, we want it to be, tradable. Now, if we get all this, if we do all this, okay, we'll easily achieve a 50 million market cap, and we'll easily become a top 300 crypto. So that's our vision. But why DogeGod? Okay, well, we don't want to create demand. Okay, we want to support the demand for Dogecoin, because the demand for Dogecoin today is huge. Yeah, in fact, it's got even bigger now with the electricity costs, because mining, for instance, an alternative to mining. Well, if you're a retail miner, right? Okay, it's not an option anymore. The electricity costs have just got too much now, so that's a non-option, right, for many miners now. Okay, they can't afford to mine, coins like Dogecoin. So, but the market demand, right, is absolutely huge. It's phenomenal. Okay, it's the team's #1 crypto. It's been my #1 crypto since July 2020. I've been in crypto a while now. Now, at the beginning of that year, I could have bought a lot of Dogecoin. Yeah, I could have bought easily a lot of Doge. We're talking like a couple of BTCs worth, right, at a very good price. Yeah, and I did my research. Okay, I did my due diligence. Didn't really stack up. Yeah, went to the internet. Yeah, went to the experts, right, and literally no one was saying, okay, that Dogecoin was ever going to hit a cent, because it was uncapped supply. 1,000. The only people that were saying Dogecoin was going to hit a cent then were the maximalists. Yeah, they're very, very loyal following, right? They're a very loyal group. Okay, and they were saying, yeah, 1 cent, no problem. Well, I did my due diligence, and my due diligence said, nah, forget it. Okay, and I did, but then at the end of July, it blew past a cent. Yeah, when everyone was saying that was never ever going to happen, and that's when I think, one of my lessons that I've learned in crypto, okay, is you kind of have to keep an open mind, and you kind of have to make a track of what kind of people say. I mean, I made a mistake. I should have gone all in on Dogecoin, or I should have at least bought a BTC's worth. If I'd have done that, then we wouldn't be having this conversation now, right? I'd be on some island somewhere. But I kind of missed out. But you live and learn, right? Okay, so from the end of July, I mean, this is before Elon, okay, became involved. I thought, wow, okay, there's something's going on here, and that's when I kind of went, I went all in on Dogecoin, and I haven't looked back. And since then, okay, all I've been doing with Dogecoin is trying to accrue as much Dogecoin as I possibly could. Dogecoin today, okay, it's a top 10 cryptocurrency. Many people still call it a meme. Well, it's not. It's got its own blockchain. It's got a market cap today of just under $8 billion. Dogecoin itself, okay, is on the tip of mass market global adoption. And I would say, okay, that when you look at when you look at the top 10 cryptos, right? Okay, if you're a crypto investor, if you haven't invested, okay, or put a portion of your portfolio in any one of the top 10, then you're kind of missing a trick, because everything else, okay, is speculative, right? Okay, but with the top 10, okay, then they're fairly well entrenched, and I can see when the market starts to turn, okay, these guys are going to start to grow, and Dogecoin is going to grow massively. But even today, right? Even today, even today, okay, many people still think of Dogecoin as a joke. Yeah, I mean, if you look at people when they assess the market, they've got lots and lots of things to say about, you know, the other coins like say Solana and you know, all the others in the top 10. But then when they get to Dogecoin, they just dismiss it. Okay, oh yeah, it's a meme coin. It's a joke. Yeah, they just kind of like move on. They don't really focus on it. Well, it is a joke, yeah, but the joke's not on Dogecoin. The joke's actually on them, because if you actually take some time to look into Dogecoin, and if you look at what the developers are working on, you know, you'll actually see that they're building some really fundamental building blocks. Yeah, they're building some blocks that will take crypto to a completely new level than what it's at today. I mean, for instance, okay, if you go onto their roadmap, okay, this just to give you a quick overview on the projects that they're working on. Okay, there's Starlink integration. Okay, that's absolutely amazing. Okay, because when that rolls out, you'll have a Dogecoin wallet on your phone, and you'll be able to access the Dogecoin blockchain without using the internet. Yeah, that's massive. That's huge, because then you know, you're not shackled to any infrastructure. And I would say the only piece of tech that literally everybody on the planet's got is a mobile phone. Okay, so you know, that's going to take crypto into areas in which, you know, there isn't any infrastructure in place today. Okay, but it will make, you know, cryptocurrencies available, okay, to you know, places and people that, you know, have still yet you know, to see the benefits of cryptocurrency. The other project that they're working on is something called libDogeCoin. Now, libDogeCoin, okay, is a set of it's a set of commands. So if you're a developer, you can access the Dogecoin blockchain, but you don't need to have any understanding of the blockchain itself. Yeah, it's just a set of commands that you can use that makes it very, very easy to integrate Dogecoin into your application, into whatever it is you're developing. The other thing as well, okay, that is going to be big, okay, it's the Doge ETH bridge. This is something that they've been working on now for about 3 or 4 years, and I think the first version of it is going to launch at the end of this year. This is amazing, actually, because you know, I would say, okay, out of the top 10 cryptos, right, probably Dogecoin, in fact, there's no probably, right, it's just a fact, right? Okay, Dogecoin is the one, okay, that you can actually buy a cup of coffee with it, because the transaction fees, okay, with Dogecoin are literally fractions of a cent. Yeah,
Can you
so
close
if you look at this,
double?
sorry?
Can you
Sorry?
close one screen? I can hear you double.
Oh, one of you guys are echoing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see who's unmuted.
It's the same guy. You are the fixer.
I think Jay Sizzle wasn't. You're showing two screens, yeah? Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Can you close one screen?
Yeah, for some reason, yeah,
convenient.
you're showing
I've only
two
got-
screens.
You can
Have I?
click on his
Okay.
presentation screen and it'll blow up
Same
to one
audio.
full screen.
I've got my presentation on full screen. Have you got a full screen present? Can you see a full screen image?
There's two. It's fine, Leo. It's just if somebody wants to see that particular screen, the presentation screen, they just click the icon on the bottom of the window and it zooms into it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
he's echoing by himself.
Oh, I'm echoing. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I can hear you double because you are sending
hear
two
any.
audios.
Oh, I don't hear any echoing.
I don't hear any echo either.
Okay, I hear.
Okay. That might be something from your side then, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. Yeah, I don't hear any echo.
Okay.
Crystal.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So the Dothy. So you know. So if I give you an example of how this bridge could potentially work, if you can imagine, right? If I'm sending you ETH, okay, then this could be a back end, right? Okay, the ETH could be converted to Doge. Doge could then be sent to you for, you know, pennies. You then get the Doge, and it automatically gets converted into ETH. You know, so potentially, you know, something like ERC20. You know, the reason why ERC20 is kind of stored is because of the fees. Yeah, the fees compared to BNB. Well, you know, that potentially kills the fees. Yeah, so you know, that is an innovation. The other thing is the GigaWallet. The GigaWallet. The GigaWallet is an e-commerce solution. It doesn't matter how big you are, whether you're, Tesla, or whether you're a villager, like a guy selling vegetables on a market stall. Okay, it's an app. That allows you to integrate and easily accept Dogecoin for payments. Now, the thing with this app, okay, from what the developers were actually speaking, okay, is you would kind of customize it to what you were using it for. So, say for instance, you're selling a cup of coffee. You want the transaction times to be instantaneous. So you make it instantaneous. Yeah. So you buy a cup of coffee, boom, bang, you got it. Okay, straight away. You can do it today with your card, but the problem with your card, right, is for you, it's instantaneous, but for the retailer, okay, they have to invest in the infrastructure to be able to process that payment. Okay, and then also as well, they might have to wait 30 days to get paid. Yeah. With Doge, okay, the transactions, fractions of a cent, and it's instantaneous. One of the examples that they give, hint, hint, Tesla. If you want to buy a Tesla, then you probably don't want an instantaneous transaction time. So you might set it to 5, for instance. Yeah, which is what, 5 minutes or, a couple of minutes. Okay, which because of the value of the item that you're actually buying, it kind of makes more sense. So Dogecoin itself, right, is absolutely not a joke, okay? Because these are projects, while other projects are focused on things like NFTs and so on, okay, that, yeah, I mean, NFTs are going to be huge, right? Okay, there's kind of like no denying it, but then, then people like, they kind of look at it, they go, oh, well, what's Dogecoin's NFT solution? Oh, they haven't got one, right? Okay, well, they haven't got one, okay, because they're not focused on it. This is what they're focusing on.
I want to underline that, Leo, that it's not a joke. And the reason why Leo is explaining all these wonderful aspects of Dogecoin is because that's what DogeGod can provide you with a currency.
Absolutely.
It's not a joke.
And if you're looking,
that is a powerhouse in the crypto space.
The benefit as an investor, okay, with this market perception of it being a joke, is it's a buying opportunity. Because when the market turns, okay, and you look at the price of Dogecoin today, okay, it's going to easily 16x, right? It's going to easily achieve $1. In fact, a lot more than $1. Okay, now how many cryptocurrencies are in the top 10? Okay, that potentially have this level of growth. So to ignore Dogecoin, me personally, okay, I think it's the biggest opportunity in the in the big crypto space. So but then also as well, right, okay, who hasn't heard of Dogecoin? Okay, when you're looking at something for global mass adoption, I would argue that today more people have heard of Dogecoin than they've heard of Bitcoin. Yeah, because of people like Elon Musk, okay, and Snoop Dogg, okay, like these big names, okay, promoting Dogecoin. Also as well, right? Okay, yeah, you've got Elon Musk, right? He's the world's richest man, right? But then also Vitalik, okay, Vitalik, yeah, the man who created Ethereum, the man who created smart contracts, right? Okay, that he, like Elon, has pledged openly, okay, support for Dogecoin. So whenever you hear someone say, well, there's no market, there's no point to Dogecoin, well, you've got two of the most influential people, okay, in the history of crypto, okay, that's supporting Dogecoin. You have to ask yourself, do I go with them? Or do I go with a YouTube video, or someone that doesn't really, it's for me, it's a no-brainer. Just looking at the current volume today, okay, as of today, it was 226 million. But the point that I want to make, okay, is that equates to just under 4 billion Dogecoin. So 4 billion Dogecoin today was transacted, yeah, and we actually want a piece of that business, yeah. We want a piece of that business to go through DogeGod. And if there's one thing that you take away from this presentation, when you look at the infrastructure, okay, we've basically built the infrastructure to be able to support that level of demand. So, yeah, like I said, okay, DogeGod has basically, its tokenomics have basically been built, okay, with that in mind. So Dogecoin will absolutely hit $1. Okay, it will blow past $1. It's my personal feeling. Okay, that's a minimum of a 16x increase based on today's 06 price, And anyone listening to the anyone here on the AMAs, okay, I would say if you don't have Dogecoin in your portfolio, you should, because I think it's going to explode, when the market turns. Now, before I go into DogeGod itself, just to give you guys some history. Oh no, I'm sorry. If I go back, has anybody got any questions? Any comments?
No, not right now.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I did have something about like the go back to the previous slide.
Yeah.
Dogecoin teams #1 crypto. What do you mean by that?
Well, it's my favorite. Okay, and it's the team's favorite. Yeah, we're all DogeGod. We've created. We've kind of spent 6 months, okay, building a token specifically, specifically to generate Dogecoin, because we want Dogecoin.
So wouldn't it be more appropriate to say it DogeGod's team #1 crypto?
But our token
you can
isn't giving people DogeGod, where these other coins that say that they're Doge, or Dogecoin, Inu, or whatever.
No,
they're
because
rewarding people in their own
I
token,
thought like
I
thought it's talking about like the Dogecoin team, but you guys are the DogeGod team, right? So it was just
yes. Yeah, it's a typo. You're right. It should be DogeGod. You're right. Absolutely right. It should be.
I was thinking about that. I'm like,
#1 crypto. Because that's like,
I'm like, what does this mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because like now that I see it, this is like me saying, guess what? Dogecoin is the Dogecoin developers' #1 coin. Kind of obvious, isn't it, really? So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's a good catch, right? Yeah. It's DogeGod. Okay, it's Dogecoin is DogeGod's #1 crypto. So to give you some history, right? Okay, like I said before, okay, I kind of switched, right, in July 2020. And when I switched, okay, one of my missions in crypto was just accumulate as much Dogecoin as I possibly could. Yeah, now that's from kind of like trading, from mining. I did a hell of a lot of mining. In fact, I've got some miners at the moment that are just dormant, never to be switched on again because I can't afford to run them anymore. And I stumbled upon this token, this token that actually rewarded somebody with Dogecoin. Okay, that kind of like thought, this is interesting. Okay, so I jumped into this project. I did my due diligence on this project. I spent a month watching them. Okay, and then I jumped in. And then when I jumped in, the token itself, it had a market cap around $10 million. And crypto is a learning curve for everyone, and you don't stop learning, right? I thought I was quite safe, actually. I thought, with a huge liquidity pool in place, with the fact that they'd been doxed, with the fact that, the contract was audited, with the fact that the devs are on there literally every day. And of course, when, you see massive green candles every day, there's lots of positive vibes going around. It's quite a nice place to be. I waited till the end of July, okay, and that's when I jumped in. Literally, that was about a week before the devs, handed the project over to the community. The project had like nosedived. It'd gone from like not quite the likes of Luna, okay, that went from like 40 billion to like 3 cents or a cent, okay, but it went from 10 million to about 170k, right? So it's quite a big drop, okay, and they gave many reasons, right, why they were moving on, and they had death threats. That I don't actually believe. I mean, people were annoyed, but I don't think they got to that kind of like level. They were focusing on a different project, and there was a belief, okay, that meme coins were dead. This was a month before Shiba Inu exploded, so they even got that wrong. But in all essence, right, okay, but the market cap dropped to 170k. So in September, myself, okay, Jay, and a couple of others, right, okay, we actually, we stepped up and we said, yeah, we'll take it over, because we couldn't understand, okay, why they would walk away from such a fantastic project, yeah. And we also believed that a transactional ecosystem, right, that rewarded Dogecoin was actually possible, yeah. People say it's like, okay, it's a rewards contract. Well, what it is, it depends what you define by rewards. okay, this is a transactional ecosystem. Yeah, the rewards are based on transactions, and we felt okay that that the model could actually work. So so we turned around to the developers then, and we said to them, look, okay, do what you got to do. We'll take it over. When it gets to $1 million, let's have a discussion. Okay, because there are a number of things that we want to do, a number of but we're going to need some dev support to be able to do that. So let's take it to $1 million, and then we'll have a conversation. Well, we got to November. The MCAP had actually gone up to 650K, which is nice. We needed to approach the devs to extend the liquidity because it was going to run out in December. But it wasn't just the MCAP. Okay, the whole, I mean, what I was doing, okay, when we were managing this, okay, with the community, all I was doing every day, okay, is because I was mining, I was posting the amount of Dogecoin I was mining versus the amount of Dogecoin, this scam coin was actually delivering, and it was higher. And almost, so the only marketing we did is just we shared that information and we let the numbers do the talking, and we really started to gain some traction, which is fantastic for us because we figured, well, okay, we're going to get some dev support, we're going to take this to where we want to take it. Those that had actually joined the project after we took over, they were in the green. Those that I would say joined in August were they were kind of like made whole. Unfortunately, we couldn't support the guys in July, okay, because they'd lost, especially if they bought in at the top. But at least they could see, those that remained, that there was light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, that we had the chance to actually turn this thing around. So when we approached the devs, we were quite proud of the fact that since we took it over, we'd actually delivered over $1 million Dogecoin to its investors. Yeah, so we thought it'd be a 2-minute conversation. It was a 2-minute conversation, yeah, but it was the fact that the devs refused. Yeah, the devs refused. They said they had no control of the contract. The reality is, okay, when they handed the contract over to the community in August, that's when they sold all their tokens. Yeah, and it was an exit plan. That is when the penny dropped. That's when, I mean, these guys, right? Okay, these guys, I mean, we were devastated as a team because we believed them. Yeah, we actually believed them. Yeah, we thought, okay, that they were genuine. Well, they weren't. Okay, so what we did, okay, is we literally told the community what happened. Yeah, now we're honorable. Okay, so we didn't sell our tokens and then tell the community. Okay, we gave the community 24 hours. Yeah, we told the community they had 24 hours. Okay, and then we sold, and then we moved on. And in December 2021, okay, sure enough, the devs took their liquidity pool, they disappeared, the team was formed, and DogeGod was conceived. So that's kind of a bit of our history, of where we came from. Any comments, anyone? Is that cool?
So basically, you guys, were you just investors in the first project?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just the investors. Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
What was that one called?
It was called Dogeback.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dogeback.
I think I started BSC space around like that time, like June 2021, around there.
It was the
And honestly, I think I
Dogecoin
started is when
board.
it started. All the rugs started coming out. Like if I started a month earlier, it was like 10x everything. It was so easy.
Absolutely.
I remember that.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was painful. I mean, I remember it now. Okay, I look back on it, and in a way, it's like, well, thank you, because when we took the project over in September to November, we kind of like, DogeGod, it's tokenomics, with regards to the taxes and so on. That was based on this scam coin. So when people turn around and say, well, our tax levels are too high and so on, well, we know it's not. We know it's just right, actually, because we were able to turn this token around. So so I kind of like look at this as almost like a proof of concept. The fact that we're actually onto something, the fact that we were right, and yeah, and and this scam coin, basically, was part of the journey to DogeGod. Okay, so it was a tough lesson to learn, actually, because I've been scammed a few times. okay, in the crypto space. It's not the first time I've been caught. You know, you look back on it as a learning experience, but at the time it wasn't a learning experience. At the time, it was a painful experience. Yeah. So, you know, our original plan, right? Okay, we knew the tokenomics worked. Okay, so what we're going to do, yeah, we're just going to take a copied contract. Our differentiator was the fact that we were honest and that we wanted to create something more than just the ecosystem, and also the fact that everywhere we look, okay, because of the way the tokenomics for these type of contracts work, okay, they were kind of used, you know, to scam investors. Yeah. The problem is though, okay, with these type of contracts, right, a major problem with them is one of them is constant sell pressure, because had we gone down this road, then to award investors Dogecoin, that would have meant that we would have had to have sold DogeGod. Okay, if we're selling DogeGod to buy Dogecoin, then it's constant sell pressure, and that needs to be balanced out, okay, with constant growth pressure. Okay, and that doesn't happen, right? You know, as you guys know, right? Okay, it's peaks and troughs. Yeah, it's not necessarily like a linear growth, which, you know, puts pressure, right? Okay, because if you've invested in something and the asset just keeps dropping in value, it's kind of like a death spiral potentially. So it's a challenge.
Yeah, it's kind of like
well, right? Okay.
it's kind of the issue with a lot of
Right.
contracts, a lot of tokens, because they don't really have anything and no utility other than like rewards. And it's like if your rewards that you're gaining are lower than how much the token is actually dropping in price, then it's like I don't care about the rewards. I just want to get out, you know.
Right.
Exactly.
If I'm gonna get like 1% of, you know, tokens in like a week, but it drops 20% in a day, you know, I don't really care what the rewards are. You know, at the end of the day, I'm like I'm out.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you would say, right, okay, and that's kind of like, you know, what you've just described, right, is something that's happened not to just like one token, it's happened to thousands of tokens, right? And that's kind of like the nature of the construct, because even if they weren't trying to scam, it's hard to be able to create something on day zero, you know, to have constant growth. Okay, it's tough. It's not impossible, but it's tough.
Yeah,
The other
that's why
thing as well, actually.
I actually like projects, or you know, where there's either no rewards, no staking, or limited to where it's not like half of the supply. Because the reason why they do this is to incentivize holders, but in reality, I want holders to be incentivized to hold, not because they're getting rewards, but because they actually like the project and because of the use case. So I prefer when the biggest percentage of the supply is actually going to, you know, to liquidity, to pre-sale, to private sale, not like, you know, vesting contract 40% or play to earn 40%. You know, like those are usually all end up in debt spirals eventually once the FOMO dies out.
Yeah, and also as well, it's like, you know, join this project and get guaranteed X amount for life. Like, really? You know, that's kind of like not how it works. You know,
Yeah, that's like 10x tokens, but then your price of tokens is 20x lower. So
yeah,
you're like, man, I don't know, doesn't add up.
yeah, and it's a roller coaster, right? You know, people buy, they get as high as they can. Oh, sell quick, yeah, phew. Okay, knowing that it's going to come crashing down, right? You know, there's no, you know, I could count thousands of projects, right, in this space, okay, that end up going down that road. You know, the other thing though that is tough as well, right, is the liquidity pool, because you know you have to guess the market cap. Okay, so for instance, you know, I mean, and even then, even if you get it right, okay, it's still open to abuse, because this scam coin, okay, you know, they had a 260K market cap, sorry, an LP, and that was locked for 6 months. Okay, and that was deliberately locked for 6 months to lull the investor into a false sense of security, and it worked for me anyway. Okay, because that was one of the tick boxes. You know, when I assessed the project, I thought, yeah, they're going to be around. Just look at the size of their LP; they're not messing about. The LP's big, okay, because the rewards are big. Yeah, you know, when they're making you know, they must have made like tens of millions of Dogecoin. Okay, you know, with this whole project. So, you know, the 260K LP is actually not a lot really. But even if you're not scamming, right, it's inefficient because you have to guess the market cap. Yeah, and you know, you have to guess the market cap, and also you have to lock the market cap, because who's going to invest in a project, right, in which there's no lock on the liquidity pool? Sorry. It's tough. It's really weird. So those are the two, and those two are kind of showstoppers, right? Well, The good news is for us, okay, is, you know, from when we decided to break away, okay, to when we launched DogeGod, we met CZUSD. Okay, now CZUSD, yeah, they're a DeFi bank. Okay, so they live in a completely different part of crypto.
And before you go on,
We
Leo,
were.
I wanted
Sorry.
to before you go on further, I wanted
Yep.
to just accentuate what we were talking about with Boré on this. Was that this is how reward tokens operate. This was an idea that we were planning on implementing and no longer have implemented. None of these ideas that we just talked about are DogeGod or DogeGod tokenomics. I just wanted to make that clear. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, I mean, and that's because of CZUSD. Yeah, that's because of CZUSD. Like I said, they're a DeFi bank. When we met, okay, they gave us an update on where they were headed. We really liked their direction. We gave them an update on what we wanted to do. Okay, and we saw an opportunity. We saw an opportunity to create something unique. Okay, and that something unique is DogeGod. Now the team. Okay, before I go on, the team, there's 4 of us. Okay, I'm the fixer. The spirit's Jay. Okay, we're kind of like the front faces of the project. You've got Serif. He's our design guy. He's our art guy. And then you've got the Witcher. Now the Witcher, okay, he's the dev for CZUSD Bank. Okay, so this is fantastic. Okay, because instantaneously, there was some synergy there between the 2 groups. Okay, so he came on board. He's our dev. So what that basically meant, okay, is that we were able to realize our dreams. Okay, but then we were also able to integrate stuff that in this space, okay, was completely new. Yeah, for transactional based tokenomics. Yeah, for reward tokenomics. Okay, what we're about to show you guys has just not been done before. Yeah, it's completely new. But before we launched, okay, there are some guidelines that we wanted to establish, right from day one. Okay, we wanted to make sure that it was a level playing field. So we had a public pre-sale. The public pre-sale was for everybody. Okay, there were no private sales, no friends and family sales, no special whale pricing, no minted tokens were given to anybody. Okay, DogeGod, yeah, the team, myself and Jay, okay, and the 2 others, right? Okay, yeah, we bought some in the pre-sale, but we had no special treatment, right? We're treated like everybody else. We need a level play. We're going to build something big. The foundations need to be solid, okay, and a level playing field is solid foundations. Now I'm going to get rewarded, okay, for all my work. Okay, Jay's going to get rewarded, okay, but my tokens are locked for a year. They're locked for a year. You can sit on the blockchain, and also they're generating 0 Dogecoin. It's not a problem for us because we believe in the project. Yeah, we believe that by the time we get to a year, okay, we'll be earning a significant amount of Dogecoin, and the DogeGod itself as an asset would have significantly gone up, okay, to the pricing is today. So we're quite happy to wait. We're quite happy to build, and and any investors, okay, any of you guys like listening here, the bottom line, okay, is if this fails, if there's no ecosystem, there's no reward. It's fine. For us, it's like setting up a business, yeah? If I'm setting up a business for the first time, okay, many businesses don't look to make profit for the first couple of years, right? They just invest it back in. This is a similar kind of concept, yeah? We believe in what we've created.
Can I
so we had a
add to
pre-sale.
that before we move on? Can I add to that?
Yeah, of course.
There's 5 team members now. We've brought on another developer to help with the construct of DogeGod in creating new technologies. And we gave him a portion of our token. So now we have even less. DogeGod cannot make any more tokens. We originally had 100 million each, which is only 1%, in which some of our holders have 1%, and you could have bought 1% at pre-sale. And some of those 1% holders that we had, they bought in. They're gone now too, which it's really not that much. And so we all gave some of our own tokens to the new member, the new dev that came on. So now we have even less. Now we have like, was it 0.75% of the supply each for when that time comes. So it's no like 5% of the supply, 10% of the supply like these other projects do that make all these free coins and give them to marketers and influencers and call channels and stuff like that. DogeGod did none of that. And to be transparent, that's where we are with that. And if another team member comes on, then that's what we do. We'd all agree to give our own token that's locked to them for joining and providing more growth for DogeGod. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why we need another dev, okay? Because we haven't stopped work. We're kind of like moving on to the next phase of the project's evolution. And if you guys look at our white paper, okay, there's something called Project Nirvana, okay, which is our vision. A transactional token is just the start. To be able to actually, make our vision a reality, we need more dev support. And for any of the devs that are like listening to us, if you look at the contract, if you look at what we've been able to build, I would say that we're a team of 4, but we're very like dev heavy. And the reason why we're dev heavy, okay, is because what we've developed is unique. Yeah, it's new. It's something that we're not really worried about. I don't care. We've got at least 6 months, okay, before you see a competitor come on board, because it's not a cut and paste contract. Yeah, you need to do a lot more than that actually.
And that's a competitor that's not greedy, because all of the project developers out there, they're so greedy that they just kill their own project. So if there's a project that wants to try and copy what we're doing and provide to you what Leo's going to explain to you, or what we're going to explain to you, what DogeGod is, what the tokenomics and the project actually is constructed as, they would have to be morally sound and not greedy, because that's the only way they're going to be able to copy this.
And also as well, right? Okay, it's like action, like words are words, right? Words are irrelevant. Okay, words have no meaning really. Okay, it's like action. So for us, okay, us locking our tokens for a year, and as Jay said, okay, the fact that we're splitting what we've got to bring on another developer, okay, those are actions, yeah, and those actions are there, to show people that we're honourable, yeah, that that we kind of like mean what we say, and in a year's time, when we're still around, okay, we'll have passed that, and we'll have had that trust, because of our actions. But this is but when you're launching, okay, you have no trust, yeah, you have to build credibility, and with credibility that takes time. Okay, so this kind of gesture for us is a kind of a no-brainer, but we wanted to make it because we want to show people that we're deadly serious here. Okay, that because one of the other things, okay, is that we're going to have challenges. Nothing's like a walk in the park. Okay, there's always going to be challenges. Well, if you've got a stash of tokens there, how many projects have actually thought, it's a bit difficult, why don't we just start again? Okay, and we'll start on a new project. Yeah, we'll just get it right this time. That for us was not an option. Okay, it's either all or nothing. Okay, and that's why we're making that kind of commitment to the community, yeah, to our investors. So pre-sale, like I said, we had a pre-sale. Okay, that's the DApp that we created. Now we needed to launch. Okay, we needed $18,500 to be able to kickstart the tokenomics. Okay, had we have not hit that, then there'd be no DogeGod. Well, we couldn't use a launch pad. Okay, because launchpads dump, and we absolutely wanted no one to be in a position to dump. The only people that can dump in DogeCon are those that have bought. Yeah, if they buy, then fair enough. Yeah, let them dump. Okay, because the way the tokenomics work, we want people to sell as well as buy, right? Okay, but any special pricing, any free tokens, right? It's a disaster. So we couldn't use launchpads for us. Okay, it's too risky. The good thing is, okay, is that we have the expertise in house to create our own DApp. So we did. Okay, the DApp's still live. You can go and have a look at it. We created it in July specifically just for the pre-sale. The question that I would say, okay, is how many projects out there have that level of expertise to be able to just think, to be able to create something, to fulfill a requirement. Well, it was good news, right? Because we had it open for a week, okay, and it filled in 3 days. Yeah, that meant that we could press the go button. And that meant that we could go ahead and create DogeGod. So this is the chart as of today. Okay, we launched on the 8th of August. Okay, and point to note, okay, is that from when we launched, all this information, by the way, is available on our DApp. Yeah, we've developed the DApp, the Oracle, okay, because we want transparency. So all this data is just lifted from the DApp. Okay, well, based on the launch price, okay, today we're 123% up, so just over double, than when we launched at. We have a floor price. Now, I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar with a floor price, okay? That's a guaranteed minimum price, okay? And that price is based on if everyone today sold all their tokens, okay, the LP would support the sales, yeah, but the minimum price, okay, is actually factored in. Okay, you'll see when I explain further, right? Because every transaction, okay, you'll see a small incremental increase to the floor price. That's a guaranteed floor price. Okay, so when we launched to today, to when I pulled to when I put the data together, the floor price is up by 16%, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as we move forwards. Okay, and that's a key point of differentiator for us. Okay, and that if you're an investor, okay, is it's nice because at some point, if you're a long-term investor, okay, then the floor price will actually increase to higher than you've actually maybe initially bought your DogeGod at, okay, which is and this is locked in the contract. You can't. This isn't something that we can just. This is part of the contract. Yeah, this is part of the LP. When you look at our LP and you think, well, that's quite a high LP. Yeah, that's because the LP isn't just doing what LPs have done in the past, okay, which is just providing liquidity to facilitate swaps. Yeah, one of the things that it does, okay, is it's used to increase this floor price. Yeah, you'll see in a second when I go into a bit more detail about how we use the LP. But that's one of the benefits that we've got, and that's one of the unique elements of DogeGod is that we have a guaranteed floor price.
Before you go into the LP, Leo, too, I want to underline the floor price process as well. Is that we're seeing here is the floor price if everybody just disappeared, because every buy, sell, and transfer creates a burn at the floor price, which is a part of DogeGod tokenomics. That if everybody sold to get to this floor price would not be, because it would increase all the way down. So we would see a growth in this number. So this number would not be the number that everybody would see if everyone sold, because on the way down, the floor price would increase. So it would probably be like, 6 instead of 5, or 6-5, however many zeros there are, 5 zeros or whatever, to 6 or something with everybody sold. Because
it could actually double, right? If everybody sold, then at the same price of them selling, the floor price would increase at the same time, as well as a shitload of Dogecoin actually being produced at the same time as well. The point to get from this, okay, is we want DogeGod to be around for years, and for it to be around for years, it has to be sustainable. Okay, and having the floor price, which over time just keeps on increasing, is part of that sustainability. Yeah, it's not a case of you cannibalize yourself, focus all on the rewards, and then, as you said earlier, oh shit, where's the value gone in my token, right? That was generating the reward, right? Oh no. Okay, this is the complete opposite. Yeah, and this is what we mean by sustainability, and the innovations that we've been able to incorporate within DogeGod. The other thing to note as well, okay, sorry.
So can you go back to the history?
Yeah.
So you guys did not have what was the pre-sale, private sale? What do you guys have?
Okay.
It was just a pre-sale, right?
It was a pre-sale. That was it. That was
the public pre-sale.
Private,
that was it.
Nothing. Yeah.
Can you give the info on the pre-sale on the token distribution?
Yeah,
There's no
sure.
team tokens or anything.
I'm gonna go back though. You missed my joke. Okay, there you go. That was the launch price. Yeah, that was the pre-sale price, and that was the floor price when we launched. So when we launched on the was it the 8th of August? That was the pricing that we went in at.
How much did you guys collect?
15%
How much should we collect
on all transactions.
No, like how many BNBs or
It
Oh,
was on the sale DApp there. Was it 18.5 or 18? Yeah,
70
18.5, 70
BNB.
BNB.
all right, and how
Now
much
you're
of
going to
that went
say,
to
right?
liquidity?
That all went to liquidity. Yeah, that all went to liquidity. Okay.
So you did
That
100%
plus,
of tokens
yeah,
to liquidity?
Yeah,
it, yeah,
yeah,
it was the Kickstarter ecosystem.
yeah.
Absolutely. But then
And
the
Yeah,
question
so
CZUSD
to
that
ask,
brought
right?
so if
70
you had
Okay.
tokens in.
100%, right? If you did
Yeah,
100%, all the tokens went to liquidity. Wouldn't the floor price be launch price? Like it could never really go below.
No. Because this is only one part of it, right? Because if you think about it, right? Okay, we raised 18.5K. That was our side. The other side is CZ Zodiac, right? We launched. Okay, we raised $18,500. Okay, but then we launched. But then look at the liquidity at launch, right? We launched at 137K. So where did so how did 18.5K become 137K? Yeah, it became
Zodiac
100.
DeFi Bank in our partnership, they
Yeah,
brought in the rest of the
exactly.
liquidity, and then the liquidity is used to create the price floor, which is unbreakable. But you still need to have liquidity for the transactions to take place. You still need to be able to allow the members that get however many tokens released, because we had 20% of those tokens released right at launch so that they could sell, and new investors coming in and buying into the project, being able to have that market making.
So they funded the large portion of the liquidity, right?
Absolutely.
Zodiac
Yeah.
DeFi Bank and all the pre-sale investors, yes.
What did they get out of it?
They
Well,
got
they're
a
part
little
of the
bit better of a
ecosystem, yeah.
price in the pre-sale. And I'm sure, let's see, pull up the slide, Leo. I think it shows
Which one?
their price. I
What
believe, what was, I can't remember what it was. If we had, it was like a 16% discount as far as, so the
As far
pre-sale
as the
price
pre-sale
was,
goes, there was a 16% discount.
yeah, so
Yeah,
they
so the
bought
launch
in,
price.
and their tokens were worth, they're paying for that, what was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros and 8, and the launch price was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros and 9, 3. So at launch they had a little bit of a bump for trusting in us and taking a risk and getting involved in the project.
Okay, so I'm kind of confused about one thing here is how do you have 75% supply go into liquidity and 25% go into a pre-sale?
Well, that was the pre-sale that we.
How many tokens
That's
were
now
available
okay.
for the pre-sale,
Yeah,
and
that.
then the 7.5 billion is the amount of the supply left over that's available for purchasing and or what was locked for the team, which was, I think it was it was 400 million. It's not a think, it is. Yeah, so it's only a total of 10 billion tokens when the project launched. Now there's 9.283, I think the last time I looked. So the community from all transactions have burned 7% of the supply. And of
No,
course,
I mean like
that. Oh, sorry.
this is what I mean, guys. If let's say you collect, let's just stick with like dollar value. Let's say you collect $100,000 in your pre-sale, right?
Mhm.
If you do 100% of liquidity, so all that $100,000 is going to go to liquidity, and the launch price is going to be the same price as what everyone got in pre-sale, then basically half of the supply will go to liquidity, half of the tokens, which will be paired with all of the $100,000, and the other half of the tokens will go to the pre-sale guys, right? That's kind of how it would calculate out. So that's why I'm kind of confused. How do you have more tokens in liquidity than in an actual pre-sale? Because you would need to pair it with actual, BUSD or whatever you're pairing it with. So, or else if you have that many tokens, the ratio of tokens and liquidity is so much higher than for pre-sale. That means the price would have been a lot lower.
Well, because we're paired to CZUSD, it is backed by its own assets, and it has its own scorch peg burning mechanism that generates its own asset backing. We need to make sure that the tokenomics for DogeGod do not unpeg it. So the construction of our liquidity and the tokenomics within DogeGod have created that protection so that there is nothing that can happen within DogeGod that can affect CZUSD. And at the same time, CZUSD is constantly protecting itself with its own tokenomics. That's why I really think that it's going to be difficult for anyone to copy DogeGod and try and construct what we have going on, because first they would need to create a stable coin that can self-back its assets, because it's backed over 100%, and have a process where it continues to do that every day, forever, without any human error or malpractice, greed, any of those things. And I don't see any other projects having that capability. Yeah, they could go grab some stable coin and, you know, pair it to another token or whatever and try and come up with some, like, the idea and sell this, you know, non-functioning construct. And because people do it all the time. We see it all the time. But this particular construct is developed on real technology and a real construct that actually works and is fully self-sustainable. And that's why we see that this liquidity is so much higher, is because there's that buffer in place of currency and construct that that solidifies that security between the contracts and the work of them and how they complement each other and function within the ecosystem.
So basically, CZUSD acted in a sense almost like a printer, like it minted its own stable tokens in a way to pair, because you guys did not raise
Right.
that much dollar value, you know, right? You didn't raise like
Exactly.
137K.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And CZUSD has the CZUSD bank and CZUSD have more partnerships. I mean, they're partnered with the biggest stablecoin project on the BSC space. And it's like, we need to make sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that we are fully secured and that they are fully secured. And of course, they would not even partner with us if that wasn't the case. And that's where the symbiotic relationship comes in, and the just the opportunity for everybody else here to take a look at DogeGod and the construct and participate and take a look at the ecosystem involved in CZUSD, because basically, as a stable coin goes, it's mooning.
Well,
Oh yeah, I mean,
CZU,
as a
okay.
stablecoin, it's not a Luna, right? Okay, it's not based on an algorithm, right? Okay, it's actually, you know, there are real assets that back it up. I think it's something like 100 and I think it's 107 or 110% of assets. If you go onto you know, CZ Zodiac, you know, onto their website, they print off, I think, a balance sheet every month, okay, to you know, show all the assets that you know, back up the stable coin. You know, or we can get that information for you. Just ask, okay, and we'll send you the balance sheet. You know, this isn't something which is, you know, pegged to you know, it's not an algorithmic stable coin. It's a stable coin, just like BNB, right? Just like BNP, right? Okay, where there's, you know, you've got solid assets, okay, to kind of back it, and it's over collateralized. Yeah, it's about 107, 110% of assets are there, you know, to back up the stable.
It's like the opposite of Tether. You know, you hear all these people, well, what's backing Tether? Show us the balance sheet. What's going on? Where's the transparency? You know, it's like, what is? I mean, who we know? It's unavailable. You know, and this particular stablecoin, all the information is available, and they're willing to give it to you anytime.
Okay,
and that's
I'm just kind of curious about how it's self-backing itself, like what the mechanisms are for that.
So would I. This isn't something that, you know, is, you know, readily.
Yeah, it's outside the scope of this AMA, I think.
When do you want to do a CZUSD AMA?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Bring them
There
in,
you go.
guys.
If you say
20%
CZUSD
commission.
3 times,
Yeah.
if you say it 3 times, they appear, right?
Scorch
Hi,
pig,
The
scorch
only-
pig,
CZUSD.
scorch pig. Oh, here I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
I mean, I can give you my best understanding of it because, of course, I'm not a full stack Solidity dev. We have one on the team, and he's busy working on the ecosystem and other projects that he's affiliated with that we're partnered with as well. So, he's not here. Is that the CZUSD stablecoin? It's designed and constructed in a way that it knows the best opportune time when it needs to bring itself back down to $1, back itself, take those assets, stick it into the vault, and keep it for that rainy day when it's below $1. And then when it's below $1, it finds the best opportunity to bring itself back up with the backing assets that it has within the vault. Now, it has multiple backing assets that are in the vault. So which one of those backing assets is going to be the desired asset needed to bring it back up to $1? You see assets all day long. One is higher than another. This one's lower than another. Now, which one is the one that you want to use that is perfect in that storm to quiet it? And that's what it's doing. It's constantly taking the most opportune piece of asset to keep it at $1 so that it's always having its assets growing, whether it's below $1 or above $1. It's taking that into consideration so that its asset in that vault continuously growing. And we've seen it since November till now. It's grown like $650,000 within the vault. So that's why I mean, like, this stable coin is mooning.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the reasons, right, why, it's one of these things where we kind of, both companies met at the right time because, when we got to grips with, like CZ Zodiac, and how the stablecoin works and so on, we were kind of like blown away. Because, if you look at, CZUSD as a stablecoin, it's like Jay said, right? It's like mooning, right? It's showing some pretty impressive growth, right? Which for us, I mean, had we've had this discussion, say in a year's time, then we'd have been much too small. Okay, much too small for CZ Zodiac to be interested in us. Okay, or they've just taken us over, right? Because this is where symbiotic relationships where two groups depend on each other is perfect now because they grow. They're young like us, yeah. I mean, okay, we're younger than them, okay, but but there's an opportunity there, okay, by working together, and that's why. Okay, when we explain the concept to CZ Zodiac, okay, they were kind of like fully on board, and that's why, okay, they gave us, we have a developer, okay, from CZ Zodiac as part of the team, okay, and why we were able to create something, which is pretty. I was going to swear then, but it's pretty amazing actually. No one's seen, no one's seen anything like this. This is something that. And that's a challenge for us, right? Okay, because this isn't yet another Dogecoin. Okay, this is completely different. When you scratch below the surface, it's very, very completely different. Okay, and the good thing for us, okay, like I said right at the beginning of the presentation, okay, we want to be a $50 million MCAP. Well, that's easy to say, okay, but you need to have the infrastructure to be able to support that. And that's what blew us so, and when we met with CZ Zodiac, it was like, wow, yeah, we could do this because they've got the infrastructure to be able to support that level of business, and it's fantastic. And maybe you guys should have an AMA with CZ Zodiac, okay, because we're just one tiny element of what those guys are about. Yeah, we just integrated some of their tech into making DogeGod a reality. But you should have an AMA with these guys, right? Because it's not just DogeGod, okay, they're involved in other projects as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm not getting paid, by the way. That's a free plug. That's a free plug.
You guys haven't went over the taxes, right? I don't remember.
No, not yet.
Not
yet. So just to finish up, okay. I mean, the thing that I will say, right? Okay, it's worth. There's lots of things here, right? Okay, and even the chart's different to what most people are used to, right? Because look at the chart, right? I'll go into it in a bit more detail, right? okay, there's no sell pressure from the contract. Yeah. Okay, all the red candles are people selling. It's fantastic because they're selling. Yeah, there's a tax. That tax is going into the ecosystem. Okay, and people are getting Dogecoin from it. Yeah, there's no like I say, we're not having to sell DogeGod to be able to get the Dogecoin to pay the investors. So big sell like that. Okay, if we did that, then you'll see another candle because of that. Okay, and then another one, and then boom, dead. Okay, for us, okay, it's just investor sales, and that's fine. That's what we want. Yeah, we want that. That's how the ecosystem's been it's been constructed. Yeah, it's for sales, buys, and transfers. Now the market cap, okay, we launched at a market cap of 93k. We now have a market cap of 166 okay, as of today. The liquidity, okay, it's 113% of market cap, so it's about what 180k. So the liquidity, okay, has gone up from when we launched to 137 to 187. Yeah, it's going to continue going up because of how the tokenomics work. Yeah, because part of the 15% tax, okay, part of that element goes into increasing the liquidity. So over time, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we've got a marketing fund, okay, that's again based on transactions. You'll see, okay, and that's currently got what $600 in, yeah. $600, okay, that's if we're spending it today, okay, but it's actually $50,000, okay, because we're going to be spending it when the market turns, okay, when Doge is going to be up there at $1. So we're just accruing the war chest at the moment. Okay, the key thing to know, okay, is that since we've launched, we've generated just what 54,000 Dogecoin that's gone out. That's been allocated to investors. That's like 3k. Well, 3k is if you got your bear goggles on. Okay, but if you got your your ball goggles on, okay, that's that's 50k because of the fact that it's in Doge and Doge's going to increase in value, and that's the kind of value that we're kind of looking at because DogeGod is an asset for you to accrue Dogecoin. Yeah, you're not really doing yourself any favors, right? If you keep selling the Dogecoin, okay, this is an asset for you to Dogecoin's there for you to accrue Dogecoin. Yeah, I said that correctly. Okay, I mean, I just put this in as a bit of a joke. Okay, this is a coin that I came across the other day. It launched on September the 2nd. It hit an all-time high on September the 3rd. And it's, 20th September, that's the price. Yeah, this is where many coins end up. It's a dog that didn't last very long. Okay, that's not DogeGod. So I've gone over the numbers. Okay, won't go into the numbers. But the thing to know, okay, about our tokenomics, okay, that makes us unique. Okay, is that every single transaction, as Jay said earlier, it triggers a burn. Okay, and that burn does three things. Yeah, number one, okay, it does what we discussed, right? It increases the DogeGod floor price. Okay, it increases the LP, and it purchases Dogecoin. And of course, because it's a burn, on top of that, okay, the supply is in constant decline. Yeah, so so there's the benefits, yeah, of scarcity, right? Okay, increases value. This is a 15% tax. Okay, it's charged for every buy, sell, and transfer. 12.5% is automatically paid back to DogeGod holders in BEP20 Dogecoin. 2.5%, okay, is dedicated to marketing. Yeah, that's that figure, or that marketing figure that I showed you, taken from the Oracle. The plan is, okay, 100% of it to go into marketing. We're going to review in 6 months. Okay, one of the things that we're considering doing, okay, is introducing some kind of community control. Because if you saw right at the beginning, yeah, we are part of the community, right? We're not trying to be anything else. We just want to live within the ecosystem. And what we're looking to do potentially, okay, is have the community vote on the 15%. Yeah, how's it going to be split? Will it be split just on dividends, marketing, and maybe some given to any key contributors? Okay, but that's something in the future, right? But for now, it's 2.5% all goes into marketing. Now, okay, the relationship, right, with CZ Zodiac, right? This is not just a pairing, okay? It's very much a collaboration, yeah. We kind of like alluded to it earlier. Okay, we launched, with an LP of 137K. How could that be, right? When we only raised 18.5K in the pre-sale. Okay, the balance was made up by CZ Zodiac, right? They believe in the project and they've invested in the project and they've given us enough liquidity, to be able to kickstart DogeGod. That meant, okay, that a key objective for us was achieved, right? Because we needed, a healthy liquidity pool right from day one. Yeah, because how many projects have stalled, okay, because of problems with the LP pool. Because if any of you guys know, if you've done some trading and the LP pool's tiny, okay, the pricing just goes all over the place, right? It's a barrier, right? I would say for growth. Okay, but it was good for us, okay, because we launched right from day one, with a healthy LP. Now the liquidity pool itself, okay, isn't your traditional liquidity pool, okay, that you see, okay, within other contracts, right? Any of you devs out there, okay, anyone with just look at what we've created, right? I mean, just look at the contract number. Okay, it's a very complex piece of code. Yeah, I mean the actual liquidity pool is embedded within the contract, yeah, within DogeGod. There's no time limit to it, it's just part of the contract. Okay, so like I say, okay, the price floor increases with every burn. The burn means that DogeGod is in constant decline. And this is the key factor here, okay? This is major for us, okay? Is the Dogecoin rewards, okay? Yeah, the liquidity pool buys the Dogecoin, but it buys it with CZUSD, not DogeGod. That means that there is zero sell pressure on the contract. So so when you look at our chart, our chart, okay, we've got another 10 days to go. I think 10 or 8 days to go, okay, until our last release is going to be made, yeah, because when we launched, okay, those that were involved in the pre-sale, they had 20% up front. There was another 40% was given to them after 1 month. Well, in 8 days, okay, the other 40% is going to be given to them. When that happens, okay, then that's it. It's a clean chart. Yeah, there's no other Dogecoin in existence, right? No one's got any cheap. People can buy and they can sell, but then they can buy and sell from the chart. And that's one of the things that, we as a team are quite proud of, right? It's the fact that, we've, we're on track, okay, to launch just as we planned it. We've had no hang-ups, no problems. We've launched and we've hit the ground running. And that's something that we're really, really pleased with. But that's the key thing to note, right? Okay, is the Dogecoin is bought with CZUSD. It's not bought with DogeGod.
I want to add to that too,
Okay.
Leo. The wonderful thing about that is that since we're paired to that CZUSD and it's $1, that we'll always be buying Dogecoin with that dollar. So if Dogecoin is what it is right now, 6 cents, if it goes down to 5 cents or whatever, falls down to 4 cents, we'll still be buying with that dollar because we're paired to $1. So we'll be getting much more Dogecoin with that dollar while it's going down, accumulating in this bear market and filling our wallets up with Dogecoin, waiting for that next pump. And I wanted to elaborate too on what Bore was saying as far as reward tokens. It's like, well, I didn't get very much rewards and it was going down in price. So, I mean, I don't even care about the rewards. I, just want to see, I want to get out before anybody else gets out, kind of a thing. And like the tests done on this tokenomics shows that go ahead and get out if you want to get out, because the way the tokenomics are designed with the burn pay mechanism at the floor price, that each time those cells go on, it's just raising the floor up. The chart has there's no contract cells. So you'll just constantly see this growth, not this massive windfall. And the people that are holding are going to benefit. Well, they get the Dogecoin, obviously, but the tokenomics have shown in these tests that you're seeing a higher low and a higher low and a higher low. And I'm holding.
Yeah. And also as well, right, okay, the fact that we're paired with the stable coin. I mean, these past couple of months, right? Let's just say, right, okay, the crypto market's been quite volatile, yeah. BTC's been quite volatile. It's had zero impact to us because we're not paired to it. It's like BNB and so on. So it's not like, okay, yeah, DogeGod's gone down because BTC's gone down. Well, actually, no. It's paired to a stable coin, which is always worth $1. The reason why it's gone down is because people have sold some, yeah, or it's gone up is because people have bought some. Very, very clean tokenomics, yeah. And that's great, okay, because what that does, okay, is when BTC takes a hammer in, everyone else takes a hammer in. Well, everyone else apart from DogeGod, because we're paired to stablecoin. Yeah, benefit of a stablecoin is it's stable. So what we're saying, okay, with the DogeGod, okay, we have constant, the constant sell pressure with these old contracts has been replaced with constant value pressure. Yeah, as Jay alluded to, right? Okay, there's lots of pressure to actually see the price increase, not decrease. So this is the DApp that we had, when we launched. This is what we figured, people wanted to see. Okay, a month later, we replaced it with this. Okay, this is very much based on the feedback that we had from the community. Let me show you live. Can you guys see this? Okay, this is the DApp now. Okay, I'm in it now. This is an example, okay, of this is 1 BNB's worth of a DogeGod that was bought in September. I just wanted to show you this, okay, to see, so you can see the actual DApp in action. If you see here, okay, that's the accumulated amount. As you can see, it's kind of like rising in real time. Well, so's the pending amount as well. Okay, as you can see, that's kind of going up in retail. There's no pre-sale or anything. That was just bought on the open market. Like I say, that was bought at the beginning of September.
One thing real quickly I want to say too,
yeah,
if anybody's on mobile and they're watching the screen share right now and you can't see these numbers, if you take your fingers and you pinch the screen, you can zoom in so you can see the numbers closer. Thank you, Leo.
Yeah, cool. So so you can see, how much DogeGod you've got hold. Okay, you can see, okay, how much you've earned in total, since this wallet's been in existence since you bought your first DogeGod, but then how many, okay, you earn a day. Now that's not a fixed amount, okay, that varies. And at the moment, I would say it's at its lowest point since we launched, because it's a transactional economy, it's a transactional tax. Yeah, so the amount of Dogecoin you earn, okay, is based on the volume of transactions and also the price. And if you look at the chart, okay, that I showed you, the chart itself, okay, there you go. So, okay, the way the rewards work, okay, it's they're smeared across 7 days. So what that means, okay, is if I look at the chart now, okay, so this is today. You go back, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, the Dogecoin rewards are spread out over 7 days. Yeah, and they're smeared. And every time a transaction happens, it gets reset to another 7 days, to another 7 days, to another 7 days. So it's not like, you see a big sell or a big buy, and then you kind of like, that's it. That's a chunk of Dogecoin gone out. It's actually spread over 7 days. So at the moment, okay, where, you've invested 1 BNB, okay, and, you're getting 1 Dogecoin a day, okay, that's because of, the current 7 days, right? But then if you look at if you look at these red cells, for instance, and the green candles, okay, that's a nice chunk of Doge, okay, that you would have earned. So say, for instance, you'd have bought here, okay, then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, that's the Dogecoin that you would have earned. So you could potentially say, oh, look, there's a big sell, or there's a big buy. Okay, I might buy some now. Well, then you'll benefit from that transaction, from that candlestick. Yeah, so that's another, I would say. So that's something that that we've done, which is different. And the benefit here, okay, is the fact that we were able to work with CZUSD, okay, and we were able to build from the ground up. Yeah, we didn't have to copy or paste anything, right? We just had a vision, Okay, we had a dream. Okay, and we were able to realize that dream. Yeah, nothing was holding us back when we created DogeGod. We created DogeGod to do a job. You know, we didn't have to, it didn't need it to fit. We need to change, or we're able to build this thing from scratch. Yeah, and that's why we've ended up with something, you know, really, really unique. So if I go back to the DApp, okay, this is the stuff that you can see, you know, with regards to your asset. You've got the DogeGod stats here. You've got the performance. You know, as Jay said, okay, that's the amount of DogeGod that we've burned, okay, since the you know, since we launched on you know, the 8th of August. That's how much we've got in our marketing. Yeah, like I say, we're 100% transparent. Okay, so you know, all the data's there, you know, to be shared, right? Marketing, for instance, right? Okay, marketing in the past, right? Projects have used that as a tool to siphon money off investors, right? Well, okay, you know, it's visible. Transparency is visibility, right? It's the benefit of open source, for instance, right? People can see what you do, okay, and that's something that right from day one, okay, you know, we're big advocates of, right? We want people, you know, got nothing to hide, right? And because we built amazing tokenomics, we've got everything to kind of show people. So, any questions about the DApp?
I have a question. Are you guys done with your presentation?
How long have I got?
Negative 20 minutes.
Negative 20 minutes. Okay, I'm almost done actually. Yeah. Let me just whiz through it. Okay.
All right,
Just
let's
whiz through it.
go.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go quick. Don't worry, I'm gonna go quick. In fact, this is the last slide actually. So, you know, DogeGod's unique, right? Okay. It's the first crypto. Okay, you know, nothing else is there. Okay, it's we've got time to grow. Okay, it's transparent, it's sustainable, it's profitable. Okay, it's not just about the reward, it's about the asset as well. Hopefully you guys have seen, okay, that we care just as much about the asset as we do about the reward. And it's innovative. Okay, you know, there's lots of things here, okay, that you see within DogeGod that hasn't been implemented before within this space, but this is just the start. As Jay alluded to, right, we've now got another developer working with us. Okay, now that developer is, you know, we started work on the next stage. Yeah, so you know, stay tuned, right? Because we're just going to be increasing and adding more utility as we keep moving forwards. And we're serious,
that
right?
utility pumps the price of the chart.
Oh,
Don't wanna miss
absolutely,
that.
absolutely. It's all about the Dogecoin. Okay, and you know, we're deadly serious, right? We've got the infrastructure, okay, to make this market cap a reality. So you know, join us, right? Okay, and yeah, what will be a
Thanks,
very
Corey.
profitable ride. And so there you go. Thanks for listening to me. So I was nearly at the end anyway, right? I wasn't that far behind.
We're just getting started. I usually
Let the party begin.
I usually mute voice chat until the devs stops talking, and then I start my questions. I
Yeah.
mean, mute to myself, of course. I wasn't even here. I just
Okay.
came. I was at lunch.
Oh, okay.
Joking.
I know. Yeah, it's seen it.
Okay. Okay.
All right, guys.
So
okay,
you missed.
I still know everything. You know, like I have my transcript right here, automatic transcript.
Cool.
Let's go. Okay, let's go back to like the. I'm just joking, guys. You know, I've been here, but let's go.
Yeah,
let's go
no,
back
I know.
Let the
Let's get
roasting
back to.
begin.
Let's go cover some of the basic questions. So I see that that you have the team members on your website.
Yep.
So my question is, you guys are not doxxed, right? You guys are not publicly doxxed. No one is doxxed.
With each other,
but
we
you're
are. Yeah.
Yeah, you dox to each other. You know each other. You know, like real life identities and all that.
Mhm.
So okay, that makes sense. And those are God helpers. I'm just assuming those are like the mods, admins, and the Telegram, all that. Those guys.
Yeah, but also, also investors as well, right? I mean, you know, there are people that followed us, right? There are people that followed us from the scam coin, that have helped us. Okay, you know, be part of DogeGod, but they're not actually part of the team. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
yeah.
you know,
So it
yeah.
could be
So
investors.
But they
a
are.
lot of times,
They are
a lot
part
of
of the
times
team.
bigger investors.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because we're an ecosystem, right? So that's what we want to be. Yeah, we don't want to be anything other than that. We want
Okay.
to fit into the whole scheme.
And you guys did a pre-sale on, well, Was there a launch pad that you used?
No, we created our own dApp.
Okay, you just did all it's all on DApp. Okay,
Yeah.
so has there been any KYC?
Not yet.
Okay, so you guys
Not yet.
basically, as of now, like to the public, you guys are anonymous, like 100%.
Oh, yeah. This is the start, right? This is the start. I mean, to give you an idea, right? Okay, this isn't kind of like this isn't.
Hold on,
pumping down
Leo. Hold on,
timescales,
Leo.
right?
I got this one. I got this one. And Leo has
Go on.
said this before, and it's just the truth in the space we are. We see projects all the time where people dox themselves, KYC, get audits, and do all that, and rug the next day, even after CERTIC audits. So it's like all those
Oh,
things are
definitely.
really irrelevant in our space. So it's like why we were just like, that's why we rewarded those pre-sale holders with a little bit if they trusted and came in, you know. And
Yeah, honestly, I probably
the biggest
trust
risk is
anonymous
CZUSD.
devs more, more than actual
You know,
docs KYC
I mean,
and everything.
they took the biggest risk. The bank's the one that took the biggest risks. I mean, they came in and dropped, 70K into the project and locked it forever because, they understand and, everything, the process of bringing volume to the state.
Yeah, I wanted to touch base about that after. All right, so you guys are anonymous, which is fine. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna dox myself either. I already have 2 projects that we launched here, and we're not KYC'd or doxed. We didn't even use Launchpad. We just collected, funds into my wallet and launched. And honestly, I think both of them are actually on. The liquidity is actually unlocked because I usually lock it for like a month or so, and then I relock it. I think like last time I checked was like 2 months ago, so it's probably unlocked. But no one cares because they know that I'm going to be here. I'm not going to rug. We're not going to steal any tokens. Not going to sell no dev tokens. Everyone knows that we're here for the long term. So I mean, it's like KYC and doxing, all that is like a non-issue really. So I think if the public could trust you guys without any of that, that's actually really good because, like I said, sometimes I prefer projects that aren't KYC because, like, it's like a meme with Pink Sale. Like, I feel like if it's a fair launch and a Seifu badge and KYC, it's almost like guaranteed to fail. It's like 95% drop within a week,
Right.
So yeah, that's all fine. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So you guys work with CZ, Zodiac, the bank. Are they? I don't know too much about them right now. So are they docs? Is there a KYC doxing? Is any of their team that token? Are they actually known to the public at all?
I have doxing of the COO, the CDO. You won't get it. You won't get it. He's totally anonymous. But the COO has doxing a little bit of the CDO. Okay. So there's the trust in the relationship. It's people, how it goes.
So you guys basically know each other. Yeah. So you guys basically know. Okay, that's fine. All right, cool. So also the contract, you said you took it from the old token, the one that basically rugged.
No. The whole idea and premise of that was just to show that there was a time where we were falling along the same lines until we did research, talked to our friends, and those friends became our partners, and we saw that everything that we were doing was wrong. And so we started from scratch and developed this secure, stable, concrete project.
All right.
So nothing from before came over besides we want to get some Dogecoin. Okay, how can we get Dogecoin and do it in something that will last forever? As long as the blockchain is running, DogeGod will be on it.
The only thing that came over, right, is some of the concepts. So that 15% tax, for instance, that came over because we knew it worked. Our learnings, right? The proof of concept, that stuff came over, but the contract itself.
But actually, that's just a number because in reality, we didn't even know what that team was actually giving people. They had a 15%. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh, no.
15% tax.
We knew there was transactions on it.
They had no
these
numbers,
assholes.
Yeah.
These arseholes, right? Okay, they had a marketing fund, right? Okay, and when we asked to spend the marketing fund, they said, no, it's not a marketing fund, it's a forever tax. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's a forever
Can
tax.
you fucking believe that shit, man? Can you believe
know,
that? Oh my God. You gotta be fucking kidding
You
me,
know,
man.
it's a
That's
forever
what usually
tax.
ends up happening. A lot of these projects, you know, they
Oh
might
my
use a
God.
little bit of their marketing wallets after they see that, you know, or after they start slow rugging and the chart is kind of unrecoverable. It's almost like
Ugh.
there's no even point wasting marketing funds because no one's going to buy it either way. So they're like, okay,
Ugh.
well, I guess the rest of that's ours, you know, and they rug
Yeah.
the liquidity and the marketing tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other thing as well, right? Okay, they're like sneaky as well because you know when Dogeback when that first started, okay, they were promoting a massive marketing campaign. It was and they promote they showed us a video. There's a big drop on the video that they'd prepared. A 2-year-old could have done a video. It was just a Lambo, okay, and and they said, oh yeah, that cost us
Cartoon.
30K. Yeah, we're like, what? 30K? Oh, they must have placed it everywhere. This video must appear everywhere. It didn't. We never saw it everywhere. But it's just an excuse, right? It's just an excuse to
It's
tap
pinned
into
in the
the fact.
Telegram. That was it.
Yeah.
It's just pinned into Telegram, right? And they said it cost them 30K. It's like 30K for what? Something a 2-year-old could have done.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on
And
Craigslist, hire some actors, pay them $50 to do a video, and then, hey guys, that's where my 30K marketing wallet went.
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. But you know what? But I'm talking as I'm like, hey, I'm some expert, right? But you know what? I learned all this, and I learned all this the hard way.
Oh,
I learned all this the hard way. Okay, and this is why, and this is, so when we put DogeGod together, we know that if we were going to be a success, we needed to be 100% transparent right from day one, so people could see where they're going. So if we get to a position where we've got like say 50K in marketing money, okay, and we spend it on complete trash, okay, there's no hiding from it. People can see it, yeah.
yeah,
So if we spend it on complete
exactly.
crap, it's just part of a road to growth, right? It's just part of this growth, this learning process, right? Okay, that's what being transparent is all about. Okay, it's not just the successes; it's highlighting the fuck ups as well. Okay, that we can learn from it. But so that's a key thing for us, right? The whole transparency thing, because it's like you said about doxing and so on, right? Okay, it's a problem on day one, but every day you're here becomes less of an issue. And like you said for yourself, right? It's not an issue anymore, right? Because you've got a reputation, and you've built that reputation, not just by your words and so on. Okay, you've actually shown through your actions that you're serious, right? And that you're honorable and that you're trustable. So now you don't need any of that stuff anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I
And
mean,
that's
I had my doubts about some people, some projects before. That I'm like, well, I don't know, man. Like they're anonymous. They don't really have a reputation. They're just doing AMA. They're not really known in the space yet. And I decided to, give them my investment. And I just decided, you know what, YOLO. Let's see what happens. I mean, they did a pretty good AMA, and I understand why they're not docs. I mean, I wouldn't be either. And those projects, I think they all were successful and they're profitable. And I feel like a lot of these overhyped KYC, projects, docs or whatever, and a lot of these ones are the ones that don't do good because it's almost like they're using the KYC as like a selling point.
Yeah.
It's like
well,
they need to have that.
exactly. That's like CertiK certification, right? CertiK certification, right? How many projects use that as a selling point? Okay, now we don't have CertiK certification. We might have one day, okay, but if we do, it will be for developmental reasons. It will be for dev reasons, right? It won't be for
Honestly,
marketing
if you're gonna
reasons.
use it for that reasons, I wouldn't even
It
use
would be
CertiK.
marketing. It would be marketing
Well,
reasons. That would be the only reason
CertiK
I
is
would want
only
to
good
get
for
it.
marketing. Yeah, that's the
well,
only.
that's
That's
why.
the,
You know what I'm saying?
But that's I
yeah.
mean, not necessarily CertiK, right? Because if you look at what we've built, it's pretty impressive, right? Okay, when you get someone to delve into the contract, what we've built, okay, or what CZUSD built, okay, what we built together, okay, it's impressive. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, it's not your average contract, right? Okay, it's a spider's web actually. It's 5 contracts working together. It's like a spider's web. Trying to map out how each module works is a nightmare. That's why we haven't come up with a sheet
35
yet. Okay,
files.
it's a spider's web, and so for marketing reasons, right? Okay, we don't need to go down that road. We don't need to say, hey, look, we're CertiK, okay, as a marketing tool. If it's a developmental tool, then there are no plans to use them yet. Okay, but I'm just using that as an example. Right? If we did use them, it would be for it's because the devs needed to check something out or they needed some help. No other reason.
Yeah, our devs aren't keen on Certic, and they know that they're full of shit. So yeah, it would only be for marketing for sure.
All right, guys, let's go move on. Let's go. I have a couple more questions, and then we'll have the community questions. But I feel like we covered everything. You guys had a pretty in-depth presentation, so there's probably not much left to talk about. So I want to talk about the holders. So I see that you guys currently have 89 holders, right? That's correct. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is the 56%. That's liquidity. There's a second. It's a contract. The one that has 16%, and also the 4%.
Yeah.
That's the wallet.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Last time we were
the top 3 wallets, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One of them's liquidity. One of them's team tokens. Okay, that's the round number.
Yeah, that's
the
number
team
3.
tokens.
Yeah.
The 400.
Yeah. The other one. Yeah. The one in the middle. Okay, that's pre-sale. Yeah. That's tokens that are unlocked, part of the pre-sale, that have not been claimed yet, plus the tokens that will be unlocked in 8 days' time when we do the last part of the drop.
So there's actually people that haven't claimed their tokens after like 2 months.
Oh yeah. Because if you look at the DApp, okay, there are people that are just happy to just leave it sitting there in the DApp. Yeah. So they haven't actually transferred it. It's claimable if they want to. Okay, they can transfer it to their wallet. Okay, but it wasn't. But it's a manual process, right? Yeah, not everyone's done that. So it's a mix.
Definitely.
So that number there is like a mix. So it's a mix of a DogeGod that is claimable but hasn't been claimed yet, and also the DogeGod that is going to be claimable. The last tranche of the pre-sale, of the public sale, in 8 days. Yeah, and then that's it, done. That's it. Then we're going to be clean.
So last thing I want to talk about is, for one, so you guys are fairly unique in the fact that your liquidity is so high. It's actually higher than market cap. I'm not sure if it's still higher, or if
it is.
It looks like it's still higher.
It's about 180K, I think, something like that.
So the thing about that means that let's say you guys or the investors invested, let's say 30-40K into the project, but if the liquidity is so high, they could sell more than they invested, right? Because it's such a high liquidity, if everyone dumps, they're going to get a lot more money out of it than actually was brought in. So the bank is actually taking a risk in this.
No, because of the way that the tokenomics are designed, that liquidity that you're seeing is the buffer and the protection of the peg on CZUSD and the relationship between DogeGod and CZUSD. Once Zodiac brought in that 70K to provide the liquidity, it's also there to protect the structure of the stablecoin itself. So not all that money that you're seeing in there in that liquidity is available for the investor who came and bought and then want to sell whenever that they sell, because of course the price goes up, and if you bought after I bought and then I sell after you, I'm going to be getting my token back. It's worth more because you bought in. So, you're holding after I take my money. But the money that's in the liquidity there that's locked into the contract, it's always going to be there. It's not, it's the buffer to protect the peg for the
Well, okay, so my question is, let's say I figured out how to hack this token and I minted like 100 times the supply of tokens and just try to sell them all at once. How much money will I get out of it? If I drained all the liquidity that could be drained completely, how much money would I be able to get?
This is a really good question. I want to say something too before you say something. This is a really good question because the lead Solidity developer at Zodiac DeFi Bank puts in security precautions that would allow him to see you trying to even tamper with it, that he may even leave you some really nice construct for whatever bot that you've developed. It may cause you some real heartache if you even try to come in and.
I mean, let's say, like, I mean, obviously it would happen, let's say instantly, like, you know, boom, I minted tokens, I'm sold them immediately, like, you know, like, or let's just say, I only said that as an assumption, just to kind of assume that all the tokens that could be sold are sold. Let's just say I bought up all the tokens, or I have all the tokens, or every seller sold every single token. How much basically cash will they be able to take out? Because I just want to compare it to normal liquidity, right? Because like a normal liquidity, like on a PooCoin, whatever, it is $40,000 and the market cap's 1 million. You know, like even if I have 100K value on paper, I can't get 100K out of it. Like even if I sold all my tokens, I might get like 30,000. I might get like, you know, most of the liquidity from it, but it's going to have a price impact of 75%. You know, price is going to drop 89%. But I'll be able to get most of the liquidity, and they'll be like 10,000 left out because it would be such a huge, massive sell, right?
Thank you for letting me speak, T4. You want to continue on? Thank you, sir. T4, you still there?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well. Oh, I was just gonna say there's no mint function, so there's no chance of a flash loan exploit, and there's no chance of a liquidity exploit because the liquidity. And then your third sort of scenario was that you just go and like ape up all the tokens and then basically wait for what. I mean, if you sold them right away, then you would take a 30% loss instantly because of the tax, the 15 in, 15 out. If you waited long enough, maybe you could be in profit and then dump a whole bag, but it still wouldn't be enough to really hurt anybody, and you wouldn't be able to take.
I mean, like, what's like the cash value that could be basically if everyone sells? What's the amount they'd be able to take?
Who?
Like, let's say the investors, like the 80 holders that are there currently.
Oh, well, they have that floor price mechanic where you can see as people are selling, you're selling for market price, and then that market price would obviously shrink down towards the floor price, but the floor price is rising up to meet the market price as people sell because of the deflationary effect. So somewhere in between your market price and floor price would be what the last holder would be entitled to if they chose to sell. But at that point, they'd be collecting everyone's Doge rewards, so it would be kind of a better idea to wait 7 days to collect all the Doge.
Okay, well, let's just say currently I had like $20,000 worth of tokens, let's say at this price right now. If I sold $20,000 worth of tokens, how big of an impact it'll have on liquidity?
You'd have to buy them first, but if, say, hypothetically you already had $20,000 worth of tokens,
yeah,
then you would. I'm not looking at the chart right now, but I mean, you would take 20,000 minus the price impact of the liquidity, which is over 100,000. You'd get most of your 20,000 minus the 15% tax. Hard guess.
17.28% price impact. So you'd have that on top of your 15% tax.
Yeah.
So you'd have 30% less.
Okay. All right. So this liquidity, since not all of it is actually, like you said, not all of it is real liquidity. It's not like if everyone sold all their tokens, they're going to get basically that 188 that's in liquidity, 180K. They won't be able to basically cash all that out, right?
No, because it's built in. Yeah.
So that also means that for the price to go up, the liquidity really isn't as high as it shows, right? Because the thing is with liquidity, the higher the liquidity, it's harder to crash the price, but it's also harder to pump. So this is why I'm asking this question, because if this was all like 188 in liquidity, it'll be super hard, right, to get like a 2x. You literally have to double your liquidity. So you need to buy almost 200,000 worth of tokens to get 2x out of it. But you're saying it's not all this liquidity that's showing on there is not all in the actual liquidity. So like the price impact of buying like $100K like worth of tokens would be a lot higher than what is shown, right?
Right. The price impact would be pretty high for somebody to come in and try and make $180,000 purchase for sure. Because we just saw that 17.28% price impact on the 20 grand. You know, so
Yeah.
you know, the beauty of it is if they're smart enough to figure out, okay, I really do want this. I just shrink my amount that I want to buy and buy in those stages, you know, DCAN. And the other beautiful part, since we are partnered with the bank and they're constantly regulating our liquidity pool, they would see that and then they would add more liquidity to the liquidity pool if need be to create less of a price impact and or make it you know equitable for those investors that are coming in and making those purchases.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at, like I said, like a long-term potential, how difficult it would be, let's say, to get it 100% investment, 200% investment, you know, like how much volume is going to be required or how much buy pressure is going to be required. Because the thing is, you know, if it's like a small, super small cap token where there's like only like 5 BNB in liquidity, right? You buy 5 BNB and then you're going to get like 3, 4, 5x out of that, whatever it is. And then, but if the liquidity is really high, it's harder to move the price. So it's good in the fact that, you know, people sell. It's not gonna, you know, negatively affect the price as much, but it also makes it harder to actually, you know, pump up the price. And I think it's kind of evident in the fact that you guys are between, you know, like launch and all-time high and at the current price. It hasn't fluctuated as much as like all the shit coins, you know, when they go like instant 10x and dump 80% within like the first hour. You know, you guys basically had like a 2.5x or so, and then now it's retraced back to 1.7x. So even though it retraced from all-time highs, the retracement is not even that high. It's not even like, it's probably like 50% or so, not even 50%. It's like 30, 40%. So this is making it a lot more stable than like a regular shitcoin, right?
Right, and I'm glad that you point that out because this is what I'm talking about, the higher lows and the design of the tokenomics and what a lot of people that they don't see, right? People, I mean, even for myself, for example, I'll look at a chart and I see, okay, I don't want to FOMO into that because it could be the 8th or what have you, unless there's some sort of technology, or I'm investing in the person. Like if I was investing in Squid Grow NFT, I'd be investing in you. So it doesn't really matter. I would just invest in it because it's you. These higher lows that these tokenomics provide you is a secure, safe environment to put your investment in and just leave it. Even if you're in a development stage, like we're in a development stage, even though we are only 2 months old, because we're constantly developing to bring more construct to the ecosystem that's going to benefit the chart, which you will see because it is coming. And you will again see higher low, higher low, higher low. I can't stress it enough. I've seen the tests to where in my mind as an investor, I've gone, okay, here's where I've seen the coin go this far in like 1.5x, 2x, 3x, whatever. And then I sell it. And then I continue to look at the test because that's where I wanted to get out to make whatever, to make me happy or whatever. And then I see another higher low, another higher low, another higher low. And I'm like, now I'm having this feeling where it's too high and I don't want to get in because it's too rich for my blood, or you know, I'm going to wait because it's going to come back down because that's what we're used to seeing. Like you were saying, regular shitcoin. It goes up, it crashes, bam, boom, bang. Either they fold up shop, or if you sit and wait, and you come back to it and you look and they're still in development stages or something, maybe you might put a little bit in because you've seen where it's been. If I'm lucky, it'll even do, you know, a third of what it did before, since they're still involved and still doing something. They're still around, you know, so.
Yeah. I think you made a really good point actually about the size of the LP. I mean, the rule of thumb, right? I mean, we kind of like law, you know, it's always been at around 110%. You know, you're right. I mean, we don't really want it at 200%, just like we don't want it at 10%. You know, the rule of thumb that we've used is around 110%. So, you know, as you see,
I didn't see us creeping past the liquidity until I think our market cap was around, what was it, 220 or 230 or something. Then we started to see where the market cap was actually starting to float a little bit above the liquidity, you know.
Yeah, so if you guys go 100x from here, then definitely the market cap's going to be a lot higher than liquidity. But it's kind of like, it's just kind of like the more X's a token does, right? The more X's versus launch price, the higher the market cap versus liquidity ratio. Because liquidity never grows as fast as the market cap.
True, but then some people look at liquidity instead of market cap to assess the value of a project, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's normally what I do, because I mean, market cap is just, it could just be an inflated number. Like I could literally like lock 99% of the tokens and only put 1% of my tokens into LP, and boom, I have a $5 billion market cap.
No, but you raise but you know, you raise a really good point actually, because for us, okay, you know, we're going to keep building slowly, and we're going to hit a tipping point. Okay, when we hit that tipping point, you're going to see massive growth, right? Because it's Dogecoin. Okay, now when that happens, okay, one of the things that we've allowed for, okay, is say for instance, you know, you see a massive growth in market cap. Okay, we can inject more liquidity into the tokenomics. Yeah, so we can add more liquidity if we want to. There's the core liquidity, okay, which is part of DogeGod. That's untouched, right? We can't touch that. But then if we need to inject some more liquidity, okay, to be able to support, you know, this massive spike, okay, that we will see one day, okay, then we have the ability to do that. And that's one of the benefits of why, you know, the relationship with, you know, CZUSD is so special for us, right? Because like I said right at the beginning, you know, we weren't, excuse the language, we're not fucking around here, right? Okay, with a $50 million MCAP, you know, we're serious. And to be able to do that, you know, we need to have the infrastructure and the support to be able to support that growth. Yeah, because eventually, okay, the liquidity within the contract will catch up anyway, okay, you know, through the trades. Okay, but until then, if we need to, okay, if we see some massive growth, you know, we can inject liquidity into the project.
This conversation we had like before we even launched, you know, and it was that, and the numbers that were crunched were like, okay, we're good, you know, as far as, you know, like you said, if we do another 2, 3, 4, 5x from here, we're still totally sustainable and beneficial to the ecosystem of the stablecoin and the partnership with CZUSD DeFi Bank. And then at that point, you know, he just brings over some more assets from the bank, plugs it right in. But as we are right now, there's no need to do it. But we have it. It's a click of a button. It's a click of a button. We don't need to like go and raise more funds. We don't need to like, you know, try and come up with some, you know, process of elimination where other people suffer in order to try and, you know, come up with something. And I wanted to just stress this too, from what Leo was saying, is that we're here and we're working every day, and we're not going anywhere. And you can see, if you look like, oh, where's your volume at? What's going on? Hey, win. What are you doing? This, that, and another thing. It's like, we're not going anywhere. There's no shop closing up. Like, we're constantly building and we're growing because we believe in this project and our partnership with CZUSD DeFi Bank. When they lock everything, when they lock the liquidity, when they Genosis safe, they got multi-sig wallets. You know, there's multiple people holding the keys for things and the security involved in that. We understand. We've been through all the scams. We've sat through bear markets. Like, we know it's part of a real project where you're going to sit with nothing going on. It seems like sometimes, you know, while you're just working, grinding away behind the scenes, you know, communicate with Bore, shooting the shit, hanging out in his groups, you know what I mean? Just building relationships, meeting his friends, you know, and propelling the space forward for the next, you know, massive people that come in. You know, I mean, it's your opportunity to be in a sustainable project that's not going anywhere, and not even worry about, you know, when is it going to migrate, or when is it going to create something else that I need to be privy to the group 24/7 in order so my investment doesn't disappear. You know,
I honestly, I hate that. I hate it when I'm like, I'm holding, I don't even care about the chart. I don't even look at it for 2 months. And then I got back and I realized they relaunched, and I was supposed to send my tokens in a month ago. And I'm like, are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
where
Like,
were you?
what kind of bullshit is this,
What were
man?
you, come on,
I don't
what were
have
you,
time
you
to
were
be in
there?
100.
You were.
Yeah.
No,
I
next
mean,
time
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I mean,
cheat. It's easier to cheat.
Right, and that's
I
the
mean,
that's the mentality that we're in the space we're in now. So it's like you
yeah.
have all these people, they just want to run to this rug and go,
Yeah.
okay, if I get out really quick, like I'll just get a 1.5x and I'll pull out and then I'm good, you know, or whatever, you know, and the real transparent projects, you know, they just seem to be unappealing to people because, you know, they want that rush. They want
They want that
they want to
instant
be
hit,
fucking
don't they?
runs.
They want that
I
instant
guess.
hit. I mean,
I don't know.
see, E-Ray, okay, something you haven't asked, right? Okay, is marketing. Yeah, what's our marketing plan? Okay, I mean, you know, our marketing plan, just to give you a kind of like quick overview, right? Okay, our first pass, okay, is
Don't give it to
predominantly
him.
AMAs.
He didn't ask it.
No, we'll
Don't
just
give it to him.
no. Well,
I was getting around to it
I was
actually.
gonna.
I was
I
like,
was gonna ask that.
He
here's my
doesn't
next
care.
question,
ask
guys.
He
that.
likes
Here's
us
my
as a
next
person.
question. Here's my next
But there you
question.
go. I read your
How do I
mind.
make
I
money?
had a feeling. I had a
Yeah.
feeling, right? Okay.
It's not a marketing plan
Yeah.
question. It's how do I make money, which involves talking about marketing.
Well, well, with marketing for us, right? Okay, it's initially okay. We're going down the AMA road because our job, right? Okay, is you know you've seen the type of contracts, okay, that are around. We need to educate. Yeah, we need to educate. We need to tell people how DogeGod differs from everything else. Now, the next stage, okay, at some point, okay, we need PR. Yeah, we need press releases. We need articles, okay, that we can publish to the community, okay, you know, in you know, various journals and so on in kind of crypto. Again, it's kind of like, you know, an educational process. And you know, during this whole process, right? Okay, you know, while we're in a bear market, it could be another year, another two. Okay, we'll slowly build. Okay, to a point in which, okay, we hit a tipping point. Okay, we have a nice big marketing pot. Okay, and then we're able to take it to the next level. Okay, we're able to take that. We'll be able to, you know, do some type of advertising, some kind of, you know, because we're targeting Dogecoin users, right? We're not necessarily going for crypto specialists. We're going for people that want Dogecoin on their phone, for instance. Okay,
To
and then
answer your
that's
question,
when
Bore, what
mass
Leo's saying
marketing
is
hit.
you buy DogeGod and you hold it. That's how you make
Yeah,
money.
exactly.
Because
Yeah,
especially for you,
exactly.
if you like to buy things and you don't like to look at it for months, this is the perfect project because it's not going anywhere. And when you come back, every time you come back, you're going to see more Dogecoin in your wallet. And you're going to see less supply in the project, which you're
My
gonna see your
perfect.
price go up.
By the way, guys, I have
Well,
one last question. What's up with this NFTs, man? Where's my free NFT?
Your free NFT, let's do it. You want to spin a wheel or what? And then when they win, they can you send me a DM and they get an NFT.
I mean, you guys have NFTs? I haven't seen anything about NFTs yet.
Yeah, I got two.
but yeah.
Actually, our own investors have been donating NFTs for us to give away. And
Oh,
when we
is
get
there
these
like other
NFTs,
project
you can-
NFTs? It's not
Yep,
like
yep. Yeah,
Just watch this
you're just
space.
gonna have to hang out. You're just gonna have
Just
to hang out
watch
and
this
see what we're
space,
doing,
right?
what we're building,
Okay.
what we're
If you
constructing.
look
Can
at,
we do that? I'm not gonna
just
say the
ask
F
yourself.
word, but
Well, just
yeah.
ask yourself this question, right? Ask yourself this question, right?
yeah. You
What we
promised me a
built,
Bored Ape NFT, man.
right? Look at what we built.
Yeah, really,
Okay.
yeah.
Look at what we built. Look at the tech behind it. Okay. Why would we want to recruit? Why would we want to bring on another developer when we basically built everything? If we
Because
were going
it's
to
just a
stop
selling
here,
point. You just want to try and
we
sell
don't
me
need to.
something, you know. That's
Okay.
why
You know,
you
we brought another developer on. Okay. If you read the white paper, there's a bit on Project Nirvana. Okay. There's a whole, it's loads of things that we've got. Okay. That just like the tokenomics today, right, are there. We just want to implement, but we need to implement it in stages. Yeah. This is just laying the foundations. You know, there's going to be more utility coming your way, and it's all geared around Dogecoin and DogeGod. So, buy some, right? Buy some, leave it, forget about it. Okay, and then, you know, see what happens, right? When you check it out, okay, and see what's changed. Because
just make sure
hopefully
that
you'll
you do
invite us
come back
back.
and look every now and again because you don't want to miss out on the next thing that may be developed that can make you more Dogecoin. Just saying.
And we'd like to come back
Alright.
as well, actually. we'd like to come back maybe in 6 months or something, okay? And then, you know, we could present and say, hey, look, do you remember when I first came on? And this is, you know, because like I say, this is the start of a journey for us, right? I mean, just look at what we've built. It's solid, right? Just look at the DApp, look at, you know, how the contract works and so on. You know, it's built for a much bigger MCAP. Okay, and yeah, I mean, 2 months ago when we launched, right, people were like, well, why the fuck have you got a floor price? What's the big deal about that? It's like, it's nothing. But, you know, it's like when I present to you guys again in 6 months and we look at the floor price, it's going to be a lot higher than 16%. Okay, and then, you know, and then there's going to be a group of people that, you know, it's going to potentially touch the price that people originally bought their DogeGod at. You know, it's an ecosystem, right? It's you know, people are buying into an ecosystem. You know, they don't need to go to an exchange, they don't need to mine, they don't need to just buy some DogeGod. Buy some DogeGod, okay, and then just watch the Dogecoin come in. That's it, and it's all
right. I posted a picture. I posted a picture of the 2 NFTs. They're in the chat. Bori's going to give them away. They do have floor prices on Tofu NFT and NFT Key, so you can list them, you can sell them, you can go to their telegrams and sell them to the members that are in those groups as well. So there is monetary value for these. It's not just JPEG. So good luck to everybody.
What's the floor price?
You're going to have to go and check it out. It's been a while since I looked, but I'm thinking we're probably like 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, maybe even 0.06 on one of them. I don't remember which one of these. It has more value than the other, but the Willy NFT for their ecosystem, their holders get like, I don't know if it was 30, 40, 50% of the revenue that's generated from the NFTs when they're bought. And they have prizes that they give away when you have the NFT after, you know, they do like a wheel or something like that, and then boom, they have like a specific amount from the bag that they used when they were selling the NFTs that they give out to people and stuff. So just by holding the NFT and being privy to their games, you can get some money.
All right, perfect. All right, guys, let's go. Community questions. Anyone have any questions? I think Greg has a question.
Are you making him have a question, sir?
Yeah, it's like better ask a question
Greg,
or else.
are you driving?
This is Pink Sale, guys. I pay $3 for these guys to go on voice chat and ask questions. So it looks like I have actual investors.
Looks like you need to raise the price.
We have a whole sweatshop. We have a whole sweatshop of guys Google questions and like, hey sir, can I have a question? What is the safety of this project? What security protocol do you have that I won't lose any money?
I want to ask you the same question of something that you already answered. If you could tell me it, but then it's please.
Okay, Zoom was asking, what is the point of a good-looking chart? I think Zoom is actually one of those sweatshop guys. I think he Googled that question.
Okay.
Well, the point of a good-looking chart is the chart doesn't lie. That's the point. The point of the chart, it is a good-looking chart because it's a true chart. There's no lying in it. You know, there's no injections of coins, okay, that have been basically, you know, not part of the ecosystem that have been awarded to people for free or have been awarded to people. It's a clean chart. And because of the fact that it's linked to, you know, CZUSD, which is always $1, okay, then the fluctuations that you see are just the fluctuations in the price and the fluctuations of people buying and selling. That's what I mean by clean chart. Yeah, and you know,
that's a good answer.
Not many charts are like
that. The chart doesn't lie. That's a good answer. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just numbers.
Yeah.
I can make a chart lie.
We know you. We're investing in good people, sir, and if you're going to speak like
statistics,
that,
was it this statistics? Was it no damn lies and statistics in it? I can't remember the phrase. But yeah,
it's like no, I mean like there's always ways to manipulate it, like you know, especially I mean it's easy to do like a wick, like a scam wick, like you know, buy and sell 0% marketing wallet, things like that. You know, I mean there's ways.
Does Squid Girl NFT have a mint function, sir?
Yeah, it's a reversement function.
It's a reverse function. I like the sound of that. It's like I didn't like the answer to the question, but I did like it. It's like a tricky fucking answer there, man.
Yeah, it actually reverse mints all the G's off the holders list.
You're fucking with me right now, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And these are the answers that you're really looking for. This is what you're really looking for, but no one ever gives them to you.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys. You guys want to do like a final conclusion? I don't know if there's any more questions. Okay. What does it mean that CZUSD eliminates sell pressure? Did they have LP tax?
Did they have LP tax?
Like basically,
the
liquidity is
burn
growing,
pay-
right?
Yeah, the burn pay
Yeah, liquidity's
mechanism
great,
that's
yeah.
used within the tokenomics, it eliminates the sell pressure because we're not cannibalizing ourselves like the other reward tokens are out in the space. You know, they give you guys rewards off of selling themselves off because they have no real fucking technology. They have no real construct within their tokenomic
Well,
structure.
to be
within their
fair,
ecosystem. Yeah.
the way that reward tokens usually work, or taxes in general work in a project, when a contract does a sell of the tokens to get, BNB back for marketing wallet or whatever, it's not that it's selling, it's not additional sell pressure, it's the tokens that would have been sold anyway, but instead of them being sold immediately, and like let's say I have $100 worth of tokens to sell, right? If there's no tax, I would sell my $100 worth of tokens. There'll be $100 sell on the chart.
Sir,
But
are
the
you
way-
pushing a token like this right now? Does Squidward NFT do this? 'Cause
No.
You're selling
Well,
it
yes.
really well right now.
No. Yes, we
Well,
we
there's no
basically
whitelist, like-
cheating it.
No,
Have a
Anyway,
whitelist,
no,
sir?
no one's got any-
No, basically,
there's no-
okay, right, you sell $100 worth of tokens, there's
Yeah.
no tax, all $100, this whole sub pressure is going to be immediately on the chart, because, yeah, he sold $100. But the way all these taxes work in these contracts is, let's say there's a 10% sell tax, so I sell $100, but I'm only selling $90 on the chart immediately, and the other $10 goes to like a distributor wallet or the dev wallet that once the threshold is reached, it sells all the tokens at the same time. So at the end of the day, you're still selling $100 worth of tokens.
DogeGod gets burned. So the price
I mean, you
goes
can have
up.
burns in there too, but I mean,
Yeah.
so what's the taxes, right? 15% buy and sell.
Yeah.
So can you go over like real quick again? What's the differences? Like how much of it is burned? How much of it is going where? Like
All of it is burned.
so all 15% of it's burnt.
Yep. It's burned at the price floor, and then the CZUSD from burning the DogeGod is locked into the contract and then used to purchase the Dogecoin and reward it to the holders is why we eliminate the sell pressure.
Okay. So so well, what do you mean by CZUSD? So if I'm selling, let's say
That's our pairing, the stablecoin in our
yeah, I know, but like let's say I sell $100 worth of tokens. So normally, like the $100, the tokens, $100 worth of tokens would go back into LP.
$15
And I would take
of your $100 would be burned as DogeGod. The CZUSD in the pairing is taken out, locked into the contract, and used to purchase the Dogecoin, and then
okay, I see.
2.5 of that goes into the marketing wallet, and 12.5 of that goes to all holders through the Oracle.
So instead of going to liquid, basically the 100, only 85% of the tokens would go into liquidity. The 15% is burned, and also the $100 I was supposed to get, I'm getting the $85 back, and the 15% of it is going into the distribution. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And you're losing
I
the
think
opportunity of collecting Dogecoin because you just burned all your DogeGod, or you sold all your DogeGod.
so. You have to wait for 7 days, you said, before you can start getting rewards again.
No. You get rewards straight away.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
the rewards are spread across 7 days.
So if you buy
So,
right
for
now,
instance,
you can collect Dogecoin from people buying and selling 6 days ago.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
because it's
that's
still
nice.
rolling through the Oracle. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
so
you
that's what I
just
said
bought,
earlier. So
and then it compounds the amount that's in there, and that starts another 7 days from when you bought. So then the people that bought back
imagine
then 6 days ago are collecting you. So it's you
so
understand.
imagine there's a big green candle, right? Okay, like tomorrow. You don't see it till the day after. You buy some DogeGod, then you'll benefit with more Dogecoin because of that green candle, because it's part of that 7-day window. And the clever thing is every single transaction, buy, sell, or transfer, that window resets and it resets and it resets and it resets and it resets. So it's smeared across 7 days. You know, that's something that we're quite. That's something that we're quite. You know, it's all these small innovations, right? That when you're building something from the ground up, we could do this stuff because we're building it. You know, as opposed to kind of like, you know, it's not
He's
bad, but
elaborating to the full stack Solidity developers that are on the team.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
blowing
yeah,
their
I
heads
do.
up. They're not here, but he's blowing their heads up.
I got
no,
another
but I'm
question that
just
just
saying.
popped up.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
All right, so you know how we were talking about that one wallet that had, people not that haven't claimed, and also like some of the, because this is going to be the last unlock for pre-sale.
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
so for pre-sale every month, or can you tell us, did you guys how many different unlocks or vesting periods were there? For example, like 25% a week or 25% a month. I just want to know what
No
the
problem.
percentage is that's left.
Yeah,
for
no
next
problem.
week.
So if you, so
he
you
wants to know
bought
the
in the
percentage
pre-sale.
that's left.
Yeah,
It's
hang
left
on a
for
second.
the last one.
Yeah. Let's just go on, right? Okay, so you bought in the pre-sale. We launched. You got 20%. 1 month after, you got 40%. This next month, okay, these next 8 days will be the second tranche, and that'll be another 40%, and that's it. And then
Okay.
that'll be unlocked.
Yeah, that's
The
the
thing
last
is,
one, the 40. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the last one. But it's not airdropped. It's just there for people to claim. If you look at what's happened in the first month, you know that 40%. Okay, a lot of people haven't actually, they haven't claimed it. It's just there in the DApp, and that I think is going to be, the same. Okay, with this next drop. I mean, the other thing as well, right? Okay, I would say, okay, that people are like looking at the chart and everything, and then, I mean, they're probably waiting, okay, for that. We're getting close now to that last unlock. Okay, so probably people are waiting for people to dump or drop so they can buy.
And
That's
what
what
we
I'm
are
asking.
saying too as well for everybody that's
So
listening.
yeah,
is that
so I would
when he
say
says,
8 days. So 8 days. So marking 8 days,
when he's
right?
saying
And that's just 8
40%,
days.
it's not 40% of the supply. It's 40% of the amount that the
pre-sale,
investor
amount.
purchased in pre-sale.
Yeah, that they bought. Yeah,
So
yeah,
each
that they bought. Yeah,
person
correct.
has their amount that's being released. So that amount that they bought in pre-sale is 40% left.
All right, so
is being
basically
released.
October 7th or so is when the last 40%
Put it
for
on your
pre-sale is going to
calendar.
be out. All right, that's when.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, everyone is listening. You remember that's the time to buy. After that, after the Jeets is going to get the rest of the tokens. Whoever sold is going to probably sell again.
right.
So wait for the dip and buy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, and that's good, right? And that's great. See, for us, as long as people are buying and selling within the ecosystem, yeah, great. It's fantastic. Because we want.
I mean, honestly, yeah, as a dev, right? It's better to have buys and sells, even like somewhat downward chart, than like nothing going on at all and like just 0 buys, 0 sells. Because at the end of the day, you still want to get that volume. You still want to get those, those Dogecoin, rewards, those burns. You want to get all that.
That's a really good
and the thing
floor increase. Yep.
And also when people. Yeah, when people are selling, it's not necessarily a bad thing because that just actually gives an opportunity for like someone else to buy. Because if it's just a straight up chart, whales are going to be like, well, I'm not going to buy until, there's a huge dip. Or like, look at Fibonacci retracements, like let's say 61% retrace off the all-time high, whatever their strategy is. Exactly. But only idiots are just going to be buying into the FOMO on a straight up chart, right? So it's so the thing is when a chart gets, quote unquote, jeeted or, investors sell or take their profits, that's healthy. That's why you look at the stock market. You look at anything that ever like trended or traded. It's not going to be a straight up chart because the further up it goes without retracing, the more violent of a crash is going to happen eventually. It's always going to crash. Yeah. It just pushes that inevitable a little bit further, and it's making it even more and more riskier for everyone buying.
Exactly.
Well, what I was going to say, right, okay, is one of the learnings that we got, okay, from looking after this scam coin, right, okay, is, you know, we went like, say, we'd go like a couple of weeks where the price would be flat, but we'd be generating lots of Dogecoin, and that I could see happening. So, you know, even today, right, okay, you look at the current chart at the moment, it's flat, okay, you know, based on that 1 BNB in September, you know, you're getting a Doge a day, roughly. You're getting a Doge a day, which when you consider, okay, Doge is going to be over $1, okay, when the market switches, you know, that's, you know, you're still earning Dogecoin, you know, and that's what we found, right? That when the chart was flat and you'd look at, you'd think flat, oh, okay. Then you look at the buys and sells, you think, okay, that's been a good week for Dogecoin, for instance. And that's the same, okay, you know, with the DogeGod as we move forwards, right? As long as we get transactional volume, you know, if we get, you know, when we get to $1 million MCAP, yeah, if we have the same flat like you have now, if you look at our chart, okay, then you could be earning potentially like, you know, 100 Doge a week on a flat chart because you've got
We're
the
2
transaction,
months. We're 2
and you
months
don't
old in
need
the
that
bear
much.
market with 54,000 Dogecoin given out, and like Leo was saying, Dogecoin's gonna hit $1 one of these days. That's $54,000. Like, if you want to collect a coin that's going to pump in the next bull run, this is the coin that you want to get into. It's paired
All right,
to a
guys.
stable coin.
You convinced me to
Yeah.
buy Dogecoin right now.
All right.
5 BNB
Yeah,
worth
that's
of Dogecoin. Let's go.
Okay.
good,
Here's the
good,
swap.
good. Good, because I'm a Dogecoin maximalist now. After April 2020, I've done a complete 180-degree U-turn, right? I am now in there now. I went from being skeptic, okay, to learning my lesson, getting over the shock of loss, okay, and thinking, yeah, no, okay, I've learned. So, yeah, good. Get some
There's the
Dogecoin
swapped app there.
with Dogecoin.
And after you buy, I'll buy some after you so that you can sell on me if you feel like selling. If you want to, you know, sell tomorrow or something.
Nah, I don't even worry about that. I'm just gonna probably buy it on buy it with 100x leverage.
But this is the thing, right? But this is the thing, right? This is the thing, right? When you look at the chart, when you look at the numbers, right? You look at the numbers, right, with bear goggles on or with bull goggles on. If you look at it with bear goggles on, okay, then you know, you look at the overall number, right? Okay, it's like with bear goggles on, it's $3,200. Yeah, so we've launched, we're 2 months old, and we've generated $3,200 worth of Dogecoin, right? If you put your bull goggles on, okay, then yeah, we've launched, okay, we're 2 months old, and we've, you know, and we've generated $55,000 worth of Dogecoin.
Yeah.
That's what people need to look at, yeah. When they're accruing Dogecoin today, okay, they're not accruing Dogecoin to spend today, they're accruing Dogecoin to spend tomorrow. That's
It's
why I
bullish.
had all the stuff about Dogecoin at the beginning, because all that stuff about, you know, about Giga Wallet, about the ETH bridge, about you know, Starlink, okay, that's happening. Yeah. The reason why it's not being broadcast and shielded is because they don't need to. They're building it. It's just going to happen. And when these things happen, you know, they're going to be like, just Elon Musk, yeah, okay, we'll use Dogecoin. What's that going to do to the price? That's going to go out of control. You know, or, you know, like, you know, the whole ETH bridge link. Okay, you've got, you know, Vitalik, okay, who's on the board of the Dogecoin Foundation, right? Why is he on the board? Okay, because, you know, for him, okay, Dogecoin is part of whatever, you know, whatever vision he's actually got. So, you know, so that's the key thing to look to get from this. It's the fact that all the Dogecoin you're getting today, just multiply it by 16 at 6 cents, because that's what it's going to be, definitely.
Let's give away some NFTs. Let's do this.
There you
All
go.
right.
I'm a maximalist.
Let's do the NFT giveaway. You guys got 2 NFTs you said you want to give away?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it based on our all right, let me share the screen. We could do it based on our AMA point system. Let me see here. I'll
You're
share
the
my
owner.
screen. Let me
I'm
share
just
my
a guest
screen.
in your world.
Actually, you know what? Let's do this. You guys want to let's end the recording first, and then we'll do the giveaway after. Because I don't really want to have this on the recording. So you guys want to do like the conclusion?
DogeGod's safe. DogeGod's sustainable. It's going nowhere. It's going to last as long as the blockchain. Come take a piece of the Dogecoin rewards and a part of history, basically, is what it is. Yeah, I hope everyone, Godspeed, God bless. Leo?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yep. And good luck, everyone.
Thank you. And